Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finals of Capcom World Warrior for Canada West. I'm John the Batman Hat, a caster based out of Alberta, and I'm ashamed to say there's nobody from Alberta in this final. I'm already tarnished. I have to start the show with it. I'm mad about it. But without further ado, I'd love to introduce you all to my fantastic co-caster here, Mr. Mistopheles. Would you like to introduce yourself to chat a little bit here?
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you've happened to watch anything Level Up Live has done over the past couple of years, or some of the other common online events, I'm sure you've seen me. Mr. Mistopheles. I am based out of the Midwest here in the U.S., and I kind of got called in as an audible to tune in for some of these Canada West events, but honestly, it's been a real blessing in disguise. A lot of matches I otherwise might not have been able to see, because we were actually talking about this before the bracket started. Canada doesn't always get the same kind of shine as North American events. I don't think there's anybody who would try and deny that. And with that being said, having these opportunities to commentate for Canada West has been a real treat to bring to light just how strong a lot of these players are, and giving them this opportunity to punch their ticket to Capcom Cup and show the world that they need to be taken seriously too. It's not just about North America and the United States, it's about the whole of the continent, and they've got strong players too. So I'm very grateful to be here, very honored, and I hope that you guys enjoy your matches that are going to be coming up here in just a minute. That being said, John, do you want to go ahead and break down the top 4 spots of, I guess the whole bracket's winners, but the top 4 spots of the top 8 here, and then I'll cover the rest.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. So up here in our top 8, our first match will be between the first seed Ceroblast, who is based out of Vancouver, BC, is a very dynamic Ken player, and honestly is just the shoe-in favorite to win the tournament. She has gotten the most victories so far. And going up against Muck, the Blanca specialist base out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He has the absolute miracle story, which I will get into later, of how he got in here, but it's beautiful to see, and he's an underdog to keep your eyes on. But moving further down the bracket, we have White Gun, also based out of Vancouver, BC. He's an incredibly aggressive Cammy player, extremely fun to watch, and it's usually really down to his opponents to see if they can kind of keep him in check to keep him down. And then going on to the Lowinator, honestly my biggest dark horse from here. He's a Zeku specialist based out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he plays a fantastic style, has the only top 8 victory over Ceroblast in the entirety of this event, and it's definitely someone to keep your eyes on.
That's right. And then just below that, rounding out the top 8, we've got Mortzy versus Noodle. Mortzy, one of the strongest Fang players in North America, potentially in the world, probably top 5 in the world. Very, very strong player. Consistent showings throughout the top 8 here. That's why they've earned their spot in this top 8 regional final. And then below them is Noodle. And then after that, we've got Super Friends using that Ryu. And then none other than that is Bumba Snuff. Bumba Snuff, again, super strong Ken player. Another Ken representative that we have here in the top 8, right along Ceroblast. But comparatively, Bumba Snuff, I think, is a little bit on the wilder side. Ceroblast definitely is no stranger to kind of busting out the EXDPs we're known for, when it comes to Ken players, the stigma that surrounds them. But I think Bumba Snuff leads into that a little bit harder, a little bit more of, banking on these big reads, these really exciting key just pendulous moments that can really swing the match one way or another. And so with that being said, the top 8 that we have coming up, I really think is going to be incredibly exciting, very high octane matches. And I really can't wait to see who punches their ticket. And another thing that's important to note here, something that has helped with the inception of the Capcom Pro Tour World Warrior events, you're getting a lot of players that, that have never qualified for Capcom Cup before. In some of the other regions, and in some of the previous years when you had just the auto qualifiers, you would see a lot of the familiar faces would qualify over and over again, which, sure, great. But with something like this, where you get more focus on these specific regions, these specific grassroots movements, some players that have never had this chance before suddenly are getting their ticket to the dance. And so whoever wins this weekend will have been, this week rather, will have never qualified for Capcom Cup before. It is a first for them. And so this is such a big moment, again, for Canada West here, to prove to the rest of the world that they deserve to be in that spot too.
Exactly. It's always great to just see that representation from this region that doesn't really get enough love. And I also meant to highlight it a bit earlier too, but the representation's been very good too. We have 4 players from BC, 2 from Manitoba, and then 2 from Saskatchewan here in the top 8. Now, as I complained about, there was nobody from Alberta, but we did have Alberta entries throughout the region. Unfortunately, none of them were able to get their ticket. The closest one was Online Brian, who did get knocked out in our last event. without further ado, we are getting into our first match here, and I kind of want to do a little player card thing to give you guys a little bit of heads up on what the players we're looking at here. So Sarah Blast, as we said, is the top person coming in here. She's an incredible Ken player, plays a very dynamic style. You usually see at the beginning of the match, she kind of sits down, plays defense, plays neutral, and kind of analyzes her opponent. So sometimes she'll lose that first round, but then after that, the download is almost certainly complete, and it's just a slugfest of just a non-stop aggression until the end there, and Sarah will usually take it over them. And also, she has won the most. She has 3 victories, and the only time she lost is when she DQ'd out of top 8.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah,
and
that's...
Muck,
yeah,
as
go
I
ahead,
was talking about earlier, sorry, this one's a bit of a thing. So he actually had the hardest path here. He got 13 this first one, got double jeopardied out at 9th. He managed to get 5th in the last one, then played out of his mind in the last one to get into 5th. So he barely squeaked in here, and he's looking to keep it alive. So if you want the underdog story, it is Muck here, and he's got a mountain to start off. But of course, we have gotten underway, and Sarah Blast has taken a demanding life lead to begin.
Yeah, you talked about having to climb a mountain, and right now Sarah Blast is proving just how tall she is. What a whiff punish there with the stand medium punch into the heavy DP, and look at the almost insurmountable life lead that she has over Muck. This is such a hill to climb. Now, Blanca is a character, right? Is a character that just really is able to mix up the opponent time and time again, really put you in a blender compared to most. But I have to wonder, is Sarah Blast going to be asleep at the wheel? She is obviously going to be taking this match so much more seriously than maybe any other ones she's fought before.
Exactly, and you can kind of see she is, like, Muck had a really good DP there, but you see she's playing slower. Oh, as I said, the DP comes out right there, but you saw a lot of that match was her just defending and kind of punishing Muck for doing things. So this is actually going to get a lot scarier as this goes on, because this is kind of the download part of Sarah Blast. It's just all traded. Let's go. Yes. Let's go Blanca gimmicks. I love those.
Absolutely, but man, Sarah Blast answering back here, and there is the delay frame trap, and stun is knocking at the door. The back row's going to do it. She's going to be able to kill. She's going to be able to kill, and that is a quick first game, maybe a minute and a half, and Sarah Blast takes the first one. Now, it's important to note, guys, this being the top 8 regional final, just like all the other ones, this is first to 3. There's not going to be, you know, a first to 2 hoping to squeak on by. This is a first to 3. So there is a chance that Muck can kind of slow things down a little bit, you know, hopefully get some analyzation there in between games and try and adjust. But a character and a player like Sarah Blast with Ken, that's hard to get a beat on. That character can become so overwhelming so quick that before you know it, the game is over.
Yeah, and actually, Muck is a decent person to do this as well, because he's very creative in how he uses his V skills and different moves on Blanca. So though Sarah Blast is kind of good at getting a read on opponents, Muck is very good at mixing it up and then kind of changing up his offensive timing. So you can see he kind of is just very good at just kind of using it. He's using the V skills, he's finding opportunities. So I think it's going to come down to Sarah Blast keeping the confirmation there. And just, man, so many moves are just getting blocked here early on. And Muck is looking to maybe get the stun out of here. Oh, finishes it off there. Great patience. And Muck is going to be able to finish that off around. You could say he's not mucking around.
Yeah, he's pulling up his britches, he's tightening the belt, and he's getting into the game here. He woke up a little bit, and an important thing there right at the end of that round, he was able to close it out without spending any meter. So now he's got 2 bars here. He had 2 bars to work with to either get a better confirm, get more damage, or maybe make some pressure a little bit safer so you can try and keep that going past midpoint in the screen. But we see here Sarah Blast fighting back. She's having a little more confidence here in neutral. There were a couple misconfirms last time, a couple of bits of overextension, but now you can see she settled down a little bit, like you had mentioned, John, you know, able to just kind of analyze, play a little more defensive, see what their opponent wants to do, and then respond accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Muck actually playing a very good game in neutral here so far. But man, the back throw from Ken, Muck does manage to escape there with the EX Blanca ball. But Sarah Blast does have all the resources and has the screen control here. But Muck, absolutely no fear. Oh, no. A rare whiff punish there from Sarah. Yeah. It's going to cost her dearly. And Muck is actually looking pretty good. But as I say that, great hit confirm here from Sarah. Has control of the corner, has meter and V trigger active. This is absolutely terrifying for Muck here. It's going to eat the throw early on. And no, Muck, I think, is just looking for a way out of here. He's eating counter hits. And the damage is mounting up. Oh, he gets out with great patience there from Muck, and this is what he needs. He needs to confirm this into the kill, the overhead, but no, gets blocked here. And we've reset back to neutral here. He's charging it up, looking for potentially a whiff punish here, and they're just kind of weak. Going towards each other. Oh my god, what a kick confirm. Okay. Disgusting.
Now, this is not dead, but she does get Oki off of this. How is he going to block? And the overhead does it. She returns the favor from moments ago, and in the most important time. Just like that, she's on the verge of maybe going up 2-0 here in the first match of our top 8. Muck is showing some really great incentive, really great opportunities here where he's making something of a comeback, but I just don't know that he's got it in him, to close out these rounds in the most important moments.
Yeah, but definitely looking very, very strong here. We have to consider this is our 8th seed versus our very dominant first seed. So the fact he's been able to adapt and work this well in the matchup so far is absolutely gorgeous to watch. Now, Sarah's unfortunately not getting the punishes she wants on those Blanca balls, and it is kind of losing her some damage, but not really putting her into bad situations so far. Now we are kind of just reset back to neutral here. There's kind of weapon moves in front of her. Not a lot of weapon moves coming out on either side, but now Muck has the better of the approach. But you see Sero doing a great job of just slowly walking Muck to the corner. But of course, there's a Tatsu comes out, gets it confirmed, gets her to the corner situation as well. The empty jump into the low. And we're looking at potentially one more situation for the game here if Sarah can get the hit, but Muck manages to stay on the defense. Oh, just a random slide there. So scary. Jump over here. Nice mash out from Muck, though, and he's keeping the pressure off V reversal. And he needs to get his hit. He's so down on life, and Sarah, just go for the DP. It's going to be a huge punish here. Doesn't, oh my God, wait, that combo is sick. And does have control of the corner here.
Okay, all right, here's a big moment. Trying to make this comeback is Muck.
Oh, and there,
that is going to be that's going to close it out.
Oh, he did it!
That. Muck, in the most opportune situation, guarantees that combo to seal the deal. Now we're tied up at 1 apiece. There have been these weird moments of error of, execution problems from Sarah for one reason or another, but Muck has been able to capitalize in the biggest way, John. He's tied it up 1 game apiece.
Yeah, no, and this is like just so unprecedented because I can't harp on it enough. I also brought up the records in Tough 2. These two have only played once in World War, and it was a clean 2-0 from Sero. This is completely unprecedented and not what we were expecting to happen today. But the question of Blast is so good at downloading people. Can Muck come back and get this? But no, just betting it all on the DP, and Muck playing incredible defense so far, just playing patient when he needs. Oh, he did, okay. Oh, gets to control of the corner situation there. Great throw. And now Muck has control of the corner, looking to keep Sarah locked down there. No, Sarah gets out with a great back in the Tatsu. Oh, DP punish. And you see Sarah is starting to get those punishes she was kind of missing out on earlier in the rounds.
All right, breaks the throw. EX Rainbow Ball to get out of there. You're going to be able to punish here. Yes, put her back in the corner. You get the Oki. What's it going to be? She V-shifts out of there, and the great defensive backer. But right back at you. I am not sitting on my laurels. All right, now how is he going to make this V-trigger count? Able to put her back in the corner, but gets caught by the EXDP.
Oh, just hits him with his own! And they're just trading back and forth here. This is so high action. But now you see Blast is starting that signature aggression, just infinite pressure coming down, locking in the corner. But Muck, he's so good at finding his opportunity. He goes over the ball, but no, doesn't punish the fireball the way he wants. The block on the Tatsu, one more interaction here, but no, great confirmed from Blast and finishes it off, but so close!
That was so clutch from Sero. She had the 3-piece into the heavy DP, and thankfully, that should be punished, yes. Down jab into the heavy ball there, able to get the best punch. But man, look at this right back at you. Now down nearly 50% here, and you have to hold this in the corner. I love that defensive V-shift here. Now you sit in the driver's seat.
And actually, this is such a turn away from things, because Muck a lot of time when he would get forced on the defense would actually crumble a lot of the time, but he's looking very solid here so far. Now, of course, I'm jinxing him as I say this, but like, he's playing so good. He's doing great spacing game. He's finding his opportunities to press out, and it's actually just looking to be so incredible so far. Like, this man is boxing so high above his weight, it's ridiculous. Does control the corner, gets out. Oh, but doesn't get a punish on that. Goes over the fireball, but no, Blast is on the offense, looking for one more hit. The life is going down, but no, Muck loses out on that trade, and Blast does go up in the sets, but this is one of those classic cases where you could say, no, it's still close. Like the life totals on either side are just minuscule.
Yeah, it hasn't, no matches have really been a runaway, but I'm still concerned with the way that with the way Blast is able to shut down these options and again really tighten the belt in these key moments when she needs to win the clutch opportunities. Now here's a big crush counter situation for Muck here. Good damage. You get to charge up the V skill. Okay, and gets across here. Look at this. This is turning up great.
Yeah, no, Muck is very good when he can get on the offense. Oh, he baited out the DP too. Fantastic. Like, you can see these adaptations he's making on his offense have been fantastic. Looking at one more hit away from stun. Gets over the fireball. He baits out another DP. This man's crazy. I was talking about it. He's so good at Blanca. He knows his ranges. He knows how to bait people out. He's so great at his character, but no, I just jinxed him. I gotta stop complimenting people on stream. And we are sitting at 1 more help, but Muck manages to get the pressure back on here, just looking for one more hit. Gets through the fireball. Great activation. And Muck, what a great round.
Yes, that round was dominant, and more importantly, he did not fall apart when the situation was looking a little more dire. It looked like Blast had the momentum on her side. He tightened up, and he did not let it get away from him. That is such an important win. That could have really turned things south.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we kind of just reset back to this neutral poking game here. Not a lot of meter to be used on either side here. But now Ceroblast has managed to get the advantage here, kind of in life lead and in position on the screen. Now slowly walking Muck towards the corner. She does a great job of this. And you see she's starting to slowly adapt because Muck's putting out a lot of just preemptive pokes and she's starting to whip punish them and work around them very effectively. And now this is where Sarah is so scared. He's locked into the corner, but no, just lets him get out with a free cross up. Muck activates, he's gonna be able to catch that. Oh, he did! What a fantastic option!
That was so sick to beat the V-shift break. No hit confirm. That could have closed it. That could have been uppercut into critical, and that would have closed it. Is this going to cost her the round and potentially another game? Oh no, the back throw. Just go for chip.
Yeah,
Don't
more
play
action
with your
here.
food.
Oh,
don't play with your food.
Oh my god, these DPs are just not finding their home. Sarah looking just uncomfortable in this matchup. Oh my god, we needed one more. He whiffs on it just to finish off his combo in a wake-up DP. No meter required. And Sarah Blast has tied it up, but Muck, I wasn't expecting this. This is still baffling me. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is a great match so far. I want to see if Muck is able to slow things down a little bit and have a little more control and bring out some of these punishes. And that was just kind of a misread on where the spacing was going to be for that Blanca ball. But he's still not in a bad spot. He's got a life lead. Maybe he can slow it down, keep a little more controlled and neutral here, and not overextend. You can see Sarah's a little bit flustered, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely the Blanca kind of just maybe throw it for a bit of loop here. I know this is a matchup she's probably pretty familiar with because obviously like Lapchi and stuff like that during the early days. But oh my god, it's the DPs. She's so willing to commit to these options because I mean Muck is traditionally very aggressive in those spots, but he's played with patience. He's finding his opportunities, and he might have one here to actually tie up the set against the #1 seed. The underdog is playing so well today, but no, my caster curse is too strong.
Oh, okay, that's a big grip of damage, and he bites. And now he is looking at stun in the next situation. This is for his...
Oh, and he bites it all in the throw. It's too much of a bet. And Muck so close to victory, but Sero shuts that down, plays solid at the end there, and calls out the defense and is able to take our game for our first game, 3-1. Man, I wasn't expecting you starting a banger. I'm going to be completely... transparent. I thought that would be a little bit of a wash just because of how they played in the past. Like, it has not been a very close match, but Muck brought it out, and he's playing so well today that I actually think the loser's run is going to look very good. If you look this confident against Sero, that means you're going to be confident against almost everyone as long as you're comfortable with the matchups. You
are speaking it into the universe. Hopefully we can see Muck just carry that on and carry that confidence here through the loser's side. He's not out of it yet. This is double elimination. That being said, absolutely great match to both of them. And I think you really nailed it, John, in saying that, I think it was reasonable to assume that that might not have been that close. And now it was 3-1, but there were so many of those rounds that were really right down to the wire as one decision away from her getting stunned and him taking the round, that it was much closer than it might have seemed on paper. Now, that being said, we do have to remember that Ceroblast has been dominant throughout the tournaments that she's entered. She has won convincingly. In fact, you highlighted it earlier that she's only lost one game throughout any of the events that she's played. So for Muck to play that well and bring it that close, I think he can take that to the bank and cash it in. Again, hopefully he can have his pockets filled. He can, walk tall coming through the rest of that loser's bracket. What do we have coming up next?
All right, well, of course, we got White Gun versus Loanator here. Of course, White Gun is our... Let me check my lovely notes here. Is our 4th seed and Loanator is our 5th. So White Gun, as I highlighted earlier, is based out of Vancouver, BC. He plays a very singular, aggressive Cammy. This man is basically designed to jump, force you to anti-air, and then he will bait you with every single different air option she has. And then if you get hit, the storm that goes over you is ridiculous. You cannot stop it. And so White Gun is all about that aggression non-stop. And now also going over to Loanator. Loanator is probably my favorite dark horse for this tournament. So as we highlighted a bit earlier, Ceroblast has only lost one top 8 match.
And who was that to?
And that is to Loanator.
Yes.
I think back in November. So he actually had kind of a rough start early on. He actually didn't enter the first event. He came in 9th in that one, but after that, there was this big training arc, got 3rd in the next event. That's the one he ended up losing to Sarah overall. And then he got 1st and then unfortunately to go out on 7th, but he took White Gun with him.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Incredibly looking here to just come out and be the dark horse power in this tournament. So I'm excited to see these two play. But if I think anybody can take out Sarah, it's probably going to be either him or Mortzy in this tournament.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Loanator is the sole Zeku representative throughout this entire bracket, and probably through most. Well, I guess Orange Man is from Canada too, right?
I admittedly don't.
So. I think it's East Canada, but nevertheless, he has not been as active. Loanator is the Canadian Zeku, and he has really been leveling up and taking his approach to this game really seriously. He hangs out in my stream a lot, and I cannot tell you how many times he will come through, ask advice, talk about, I've been working on this, working on that, and it's clearly showing. Like you said, he had that training arc montage where he was able to beat Zero, get third, and then just the next one after that, he was able to get first. And actually, one of my favorite top 8s that I've watched this entire year throughout any of the events. It was so exciting. I was grateful enough to commentate it. And now he is here at the big dance. Is he going to be able to walk home a king? We will see. He's got to go through White Gun first.
And I did look up quickly at their stats as well. So the one match I highlighted earlier where he did send White Gun out of the bracket even before top 8 was the one time they played in World Warrior. And of course, Lowinator did take it. So Lowinator on paper looking a little bit stronger here, but of course we will see how the match will start out. And we have started with this kind of patented, like just, back and forth here, but you're going to see White Gun's going to be just baiting a lot of jumps, and it's going to be down to Lowinator to kind of stop the offense White Gun wants to get going.
And I think what we just saw there actually from Lowinator is going to be a big sense of approach here. Oh my gosh, look at this counter. That's stunned. Oh, and he sneaks in the reset for the back throw. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, he suddenly stuns her and takes that round. That's something Zeku can do. He's very tricky in that regard, because not only does he hit like a truck when he actually lands his blow, but he does have that command run, Shades of Guy from Street Fighter 4. And if you're asleep at the wheel, you are getting back thrown into death.
Exactly. What he's doing just such a good job of kind of zoning out White Gun with these normals. He's not letting him jump at him. The only time that White Gun's kind of getting hits is when he does get the meter there. But of course, my caster curse is really online today, as White Gun has gotten the hit, gotten the stun, and he is going to finish it off. So I think for the next time, instead of complimenting someone, I'm just going to insult them. And then in theory, they should win.
Okay, well, you can put that in your resume. I'm going to choose to try and remain as biased as possible. You may have sowed your own grave, we'll see. But just like that, oh no, an EXDP is baited, and this is looking bad. He blocks it. He actually is able to block it there in the most advantageous spot, able to even take his turn back off of a trade, and he might have actually kept himself alive here. Now he has control. He has Cammy in the corner. As young Zeku, this is a good spot to find yourself. Look at the damage. Yeah, no, he's doing just a great job at anti-airing White Gun as he comes in. Like, it's just not letting him away with it. It's not letting him preemptive anti-air. Oh, you got him? She's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was such good play, and Lowinator takes it here early, and as we've kind of highlighted, it's a lot about stopping White Gun's approach, because White Gun, once he gets going, is like unstoppable. Like a hurricane is just barreling into you. But he's doing a great job of just throwing out a lot of preemptive pokes and kind of just stop the jump, and he's doing a great job of stopping him midair. Because the key thing White Gun does is he uses the different air options. He uses dive kicks. He'll sometimes throw a button out in the air to bait your anti-air, just different things like that. But because Lowinator's hitting him preemptive, he can't actually have access to any of those options.
Man, immediate dash up. He tries to go for another throw. My man is feeling frisky. Oh, right back at you, though. White Gun is able to dash up there, sneak in that crouching medium kick, and now he's found himself in control of the corner. Jumps into a heavy DP, though, but he is not afraid to throw it back out.
No, definitely not. Oh, and the anti-airs are kind of failing here for Lowinator so far. White Gun has control of the corner there, but the side switch does not go in his favor. Lowinator has control of the corner. Oh, it bets it on the DP. That's going to be horrible. You don't want White Gun here, but no, great press on White Gun. And he's looking so good, looking for the setup here. Double flipperoos, but no, the DP stops it in its tracks. Just dash up throw, calls out the passiveness. And White Gun actually playing a very good ground-based game right now, kind of calling out those preemptive options Lowinator's using.
Ooh, I like that. That is a great option there to deal with the Gram. If it's placed incorrectly, she is able to get that. But man, he has done that twice now. He is so good about using that light Hazanto as an anti-air as young Zeku. Honestly, that is signs of a character specialist. Oh, look at this! The damage is racking up. She had to do it. She had to try and deal something to let that stun dissipate. But he is not letting it go down without a fight. He's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's just playing so well so far. I think the key thing too is White Gun's being very active on defense. He's getting EXDPs. He's looking for mash opportunities like that. And I think Lowinator is kind of just sharpening up. He's trying to tighten the belt, as we like to say, a bit on that on the defensive situations. And I think it's going to let him snowball a bit better. But you see, White Gun is so crafty, so good at finding opportunities to go in. Man, you just highlighted it. Such a great use of that anti-air.
And that's not exactly easy to do. It starts up a little bit slow, and you really have to have your spacing correct. So again, we are showing that he is absolutely a character specialist here. And look at all the damage she's taking. That's something I actually wanted to highlight. Lowinator's been doing such a good job of preemptively doing things to stop this approach from White Gun. White Gun hasn't adapted correctly. He's taking so much damage trying to get himself started. He's overextending when he doesn't have to.
Exactly. Oh, that hit confirmed!
She's not dead, right? Oh my god.
No, I don't think so. Oh, he whipped the throw. It's a setup. It's a setup. It's a setup.
Honestly, you're probably right. Not even joking. That is the best mix-up in Street Fighter V. When you are a pixel away from throwing them, everybody, it's Daigo, it's Tokido, it's Ending Walker, it's Reinhardt. I don't care who you are. If you see those arms coming out, you're like, oh my god, I have to throw tech, and they recover faster than you, and just like that, Lowinator's up 2-0.
Well, playing an incredibly great style too. I think it's been so cool to see how much he is shutting down Whitegun's offense, because I keep highlighting it. That's what he is. He's an offensive train. But Lowinator just playing so good on defense to stop that from happening. We saw little shades of it there, but a great DP from Lowinator comes out, but no, doesn't manage to stuff that anti-air. And Whitegun has got it. Started looking for the stunning. Oh, but a little late on the whip punish. He was looking for trying to DP him out of the air, but too late. And it's so good. It's so clean. How does he keep doing this?
I have to believe he has deliberately labbed this. He has watched replays, and he catches him. He's not dead. Actually, is he dead? No, not quite. We're in a similar situation. Look, he catches him with the shimmy again. He knows he is reaching in those key moments. Lowinator is betting it. And even then, it's not exactly the worst risk, but man, Whitegun has to pay attention because he is on the verge of losing this 3-0.
No, this is crazy to see too, because like Whitegun is our top 8.
What?
Oh, he's there.
Did you see that?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Bruh, somebody clip that. My man doesn't care if it's left, right, up, down, and he is using these unconventional anti-airs as young Zeku. He is, look at him going in. He is not stopping, not giving him a chance to breathe.
No, not okay, but Whitegun does get the hit he needs. He needs to make a comeback here, and it's quite the mountain to climb. But has the meter, has the situation. Oh, wait, doesn't even notice to get the punish he needs. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Puts himself in the corner. Lowinator's defense is doing so well. Now has control of the situation here as well, but Whitegun has all that. Just CAs. He does get out of the corner.
My god.
I love that.
It is just back and forth. I don't care who it is. Somebody's getting hit. Somebody's getting punched right in the jaw. But we still see Lowinator is on the verge of a 3-0. Whitegun had to pull that out, hoping that it would work. Honestly, there were a bunch of big reads, there were a bunch of big bets that could have been really disadvantageous, really just sealed his fate. Lowinator right now with a convincing lead, 30-40% life.
Okay, yeah, against the XDP there to start it off. Okay, Whitegun finally finding some cracks in the armor here of Lowinator. And is looking to get it started here. One more hit away, gets the stun off of it. Okay, I don't think is quite able to kill off the situation here, but good damage. One more interaction. Oh, and he catches the V shift.
Okay.
Fantastic dive kick here from Whitegun, and he does manage to put himself on the board and kind of reassert that he is like one of our top 8 representatives. He made every single top 8 except that last one. But of course, person who kept him out was Lowinator here. So what a message it would be to be like, no, that was a fluke, that was one time, and get the run back here.
Yeah, that is absolutely the narrative. I'm sure Whitegun feels like he has something to prove. But still, I feel like Lowinator is confident. He has done the homework. He is proving that he... Oh, man, that's a bad start. This is a lot of damage. Okay, now he's back to neutral here. And she has to... I actually think those... Like, the animals are really good at dealing with Cammy.
Oh, I can definitely see. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's not a good start here. Whitegun has control of the corner here, trying to bait out those preemptive buttons. You see, he's kind of mixing up his air options, gets the cross up here. He's just trying to mix up Lowinator as much as possible, like pull against those anti-airs that have been so consistent. But if anybody's going to make you miss him, it is Whitegun.
I like that he did not spend EX meter there. He's willing to save the meter so that... Oh, yeah, he's out. Oh, what a punish. What a punish. And now the next combo is going to kill Whitegun, waking up a bit. He's had his coffee. He's deciding, okay, we're going to slow this down. I'm going to stop pressing when I don't need to, you know, because Zeku hits like a truck. And now he's able to control things a bit better.
No, exactly. Definitely look at this. But oh, Lowinator's changed up the approach. He's not doing grounded normals anymore. He's going for the air-to-air situations here. Oh, no, that's the reset again.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to spend any meter, and he is going into this potential last round nearly fully stocked. That is so much damage on the table at any given moment as Zeku. He has to really take this to the bank.
Oh, he's looking so good so far. Has control of the corner here. Whitegun looking to try and get out of this corner here, but such a dire situation. Lowinator playing just really good on the defense here, stoking it back. Oh, the dive kick finally lands. Goes for the reset on the other side. Good block here from Lowinator, but the tick throw does hit home. Oh, and just goes for a DX dive kick. Oh, no.
His defense has been so on point, and he blocks it out. Now, this back throw is a little troublesome, but he's got to worry about another, and he just blocks it out. And he decides to challenge. He challenges. We're going to see an EX dive kick here any second, and how is he going to respond?
Yeah, the throws are the only thing that's hitting, so I see White Gun kind of leaning into them a bit more. It's not a bad idea.
Oh my god!
He finds his hit confirm. Lowinator's so good at finding those opportunities. He's going to get so much damage off of this. And we are at one more situation here, ladies and gentlemen, between these two. Just one more hit is all that's needed. The command grab, walk up, and the confidence. You go against one of the most active men on this top 8, and you walk up throw to finish it.
And you know,
what
honestly,
absolute confidence.
You know what I want to highlight here, especially? So you look at this, right? A lot of times people will see like online ranks and immediately prescribe like whether you're, you know, a tournament level player or not. Lowinator is only Super Diamond. He is Super Diamond. White Gun, I'm pretty sure, is like Ultimate Grandmaster, right?
Yeah.
He is showing that, honestly, rank doesn't mean a damn thing. If you do the homework, if you work hard, you can take down these giants. You can win a trip to Capcom Cup. But before we get to that, before we crown our victor, I have to tell you guys, use !Matcherino. Make sure these players are gonna be rewarded, because right now these matches so far have been so hot, my fingertips are burning. My mouth is on fire. You guys can't even understand. The match has been so sick. They are bringing you this high-level action from Canada West. It's not US East. It's not, you know, matches out of Japan. It's not from Europe with Ending Walker and Problem X. This is Canada West bringing you these incredibly spicy, high-octane matches, and they need to be rewarded. Use up the codes, donate directly, all that stuff. You know how to do it. Please hit up this Matcherino. Let these players know that you love their action and you support them. Please.
Exactly. I want to get a little shout out to Muckmaster too. He did put $10 in there. I think that man has donated almost every single Matcherino pot.
Yes.
He's not only is he playing, he's donating. That's a real one. That's what we need in our community. So big shout out to him. But without further ado, we're getting on to our next match, and this is our first battle of strictly Vancouver. Well, Vancouver versus Comox. So the Battle of British Columbia here between, of course, Mortsy, who is our 2nd seed, and Noodle down in 7th. So Mortsy, as you probably have all known, is probably one of our more known players in the team. Cereblast and Mortsy tend to be those two. Yeah. An incredibly talented Fang specialist with a wider range of pocket characters. This man is the definition of creativity. He is able to use every tool Fang has or any character he plays in just some of the most unique ways I've ever seen. And it's not like kind of a bad unique. No, it's incredible. I'm like, oh, you can do that. Yeah. So sick. He really gets you thinking of like, am I playing my character properly? Do I actually know what this character does? Yeah. And it's so fascinating to watch. And with him being the 2nd seed, he's also probably, I'd say, the 2nd favorite to take home the prize today. But he's had one problem. He has not beaten Cereblast in any of the times they have played in Canada West. Now, there's a chance he might not run into her, but if we're going by the stats, it's very likely. So that's going to be a mountain he needs to climb and kind of ascertain that, no, I am the top player in Canada West, and that will be the way to show it. Of course, moving on to our 7th seed, Noodle. Hailing from Comox, a rare sight at Vancouver street battles because getting from the island to Vancouver is a pain. It's a ferry. It's way too long. But he is an incredible Luke player. And he plays what I would describe as just one of the best offensive styles I've ever seen. Not only is he good at keep out neutral, but he's just great at defending. Because there's a lot of times you'll watch his matches and you're like, oh, I think Noodle's losing because he's getting kind of rushed down, just kind of beat on. But he's blocking all of it. He's not letting any of it get to him. And the minute there's a gap, he hits it, locks down the opponent, and is just able to snowball it into this beautiful victory. And it's just like, oh, he had control all along. Yeah. And, like, it's never questioned.
It's the long con. He's the mastermind behind it all. He's playing chess. You're stuck playing checkers. And in the end, he seems to prevail. But right now, he's going to have to try and get past Mortsy here to see who will move on in winners, going on to that winners quarterfinal. Or excuse me, winners semifinals, rather. In this matchup, I actually think Fong does okay. Like, it's tough because, he does have relatively low health and his defense is not great, but he's like such an unorthodox character and he has so many different ways to mix up how he tries to get in and how he even defends that I think Luke can actually have a bit of a tough time, like, keeping him in spot. And we're actually, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, the
so we're seeing the switch to Cammy.
We haven't seen the Cammy yet.
But interestingly enough, this makes me think of CEO, where Mono beat Punk, and Punk tried to use Cammy. Cammy was not the option. So I do think Cammy can do well, but I don't know if you've got a Cammy like that. This is Mortsy we're talking about, one of the best Fongs in the world.
Oh, exactly. And I'm really excited to see it too, because like for the whole thing, Noodle has been just playing Luke. particularly on stream. So we have not seen his Cammy yet. I'm sure Morty and him have played because these two have played a lot. It's to the point where if I look up their stats, they have a 38 to 63% win rate in the favor of Noodle, actually.
Whoa, okay.
So in World Warrior, Morty favor. But in general, it's actually Noodle has taken more sets between the two. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out, and particularly just to see the Cammy come online. But of course, as I'm not rambling here, looks like Noodle did go down in the first round, and Morty kind of getting a fairly decent control of the situation.
Ooh, okay. I don't know about spending the meter there, but you know, a little bit of extra damage does help. Now, just like that, already down almost 40%. Back throw, 40 or trouble here, and now you have to deal with this mix-up approach. Stays in front that time, runs into the counter hit, stand medium kick, has the EX bust out. Get your hands off me. I am getting myself away from this corner. Ooh, I love that pickup. I love that pickup.
Oh, exactly. Oh, but great pressure from Morty. You saw how staggered it was, too. He was just begging Noodle to go into any option there. He staggered out his buttons and was able to just score key counter hits and then confirm in the victory here. And just like, honestly, controlling victory here from Morty early on. And it kind of does beg the classic question. Will Noodle stay on Cammy, or will he switch over to Luke and try and slow the game down a bit? Because that's where Noodle has shown really good progress, particularly in World Warrior, is when he's able to just, for one, control the neutral early on and then find his spot and get out. And obviously, Cammy does reward that. She's very good at snowballing victories, but I think Luke gave him a little bit better like neutral control. But no, we are sticking with the Cammy. He's confident with it, and I think we actually might see it the rest of the set unless strikes really get dire.
Yeah, we'll see here. I do think Cammy can be the answer, but man, I don't know if you've got it like that. You know, I'm sure Morty fights some of the best Cammys in the continent. Oh man, messing up the dive kick here and going for the DP. You can tell he's feeling a bit pressured. Morty's gonna take that all the way to the bank. I like the EX side switch there, and now you get to apply your pressure, put him back in the corner, and now Noodle trying to be a little bit of control. Oh, I love that V-shift. I love that V-shift.
And a fantastic play here from Noodle so far, and it's actually been really exciting to see because like it's a very active version that I'm sure the people in Vancouver have got to see many times, but us here, we've only seen the defensive Luke.
Oh, yes, go for the Oki setup. Now this is a tough spot for Cammy to find her and stuff, and I love him chasing down there because not only was he, you know, having to deal with the poison damage, not only was he just trying to figure out a way that he could actually slow things down a little bit and make a game plan to come back, but that poison ball was still coming. It was still right there, and you have to deal with it like that because it's got a hitbox then. In V-Trigger, it's got a hitbox, so it's a real fireball.
Oh, exactly. But Noodle does opt to spend the meter there. But a meter now hugely in the favor of Morty. Oh, fantastic with punish there, but no, he didn't convert it into what he wanted there. And he's keeping the pressure on. Cross up, back throw, has control of the corner. Can he keep Morty locked down here? Because Morty, very good at escaping the corner. Speaking of the devil, there it is. Gear reversal gets him out. But oh, he blocked on the EX spiral arrow a little late on trying to punish that fireball. Liver just resetting back to
what a range. The next
unorthodox anti-airs.
The next hit can absolutely kill for Morty. If he finds the right conversion, he decides to spend the meter, stays in front, staggers his pressure just enough. She gets caught reaching, and Morty goes up 2-0. Noodle in a bad way. Potentially going to go down after a 3-0 loss into loser's bracket. He's going to have to dig deep here. What do you think he has to do?
I mean, it's really down to kind of like Noodle is able to get his hits. Morty's just straight dominating neutral for the most part. He's getting the anti-airs. He's not letting Noodle start any pressure. And it's kind of like, it feels like with the Cammy, the whole point you would pick that over the Luke is, yeah, that momentum, that snowballing. But even when he got the hit, it wouldn't usually lead into more. He'd get the wall, and you saw Morty was just able to escape. He used a great V reversal. He'd block the hits. So kind of that advantage you're getting, particularly from the Cammy there, just I don't think was working out for what Noodle needed. So I think we are maybe going to see the switch to Luke here, and I think he might go back to his more standard game plan. Because Morty is on the offense. And as I said, Noodle is great at finding his opportunity to get the hit out and snowball it into more. So I think we might see a little bit of a different game here. Or maybe he was just taking a breather, but I'm guessing the loop.
Yeah, we will find out in just a second. And if it is the loop, you know he hits like an absolute Mack truck. Suddenly those little forwards mean an extra 100, 150 damage compared to Cammy. And you still get Oki afterwards. It's not like you're missing out on that. So, and you know, you're working with more health as well, so you don't die as quickly, but that can be a real problem, is that coward crouch. Because suddenly he doesn't have to block in the same way. He can potentially punish you with the forward medium kick. This is a tough thing. Oh man, that's a big punish. Oh, it could have been more, but at least he got something.
Yeah, good punish there from Morsi as well. But we already see this just like much more confident play from Noodle. He's approaching the neutral game. His preemptive pokes are able to kind of stifle Morsi a bit, where before he was just kind of getting rushed down. But as the standard of the day is, the minute I say that, Morsi manages to get his way in, and it's just taking so much pressure off of him. The throw comes down. We are sitting one hit off of stun, and Morsi has control of the corner. Oh, he just bets it all on the XDP, and that is not it, Chief. Unfortunately, Morsi going to take the first round there. And honestly, I was not expecting this match to be quite this one-sided with just the history between these two players.
Sure. And right there at the end, we actually saw Noodle go for that EXDP. That was the first time he has gone for that. And I love Mortzi cashing out there. Look at this big life lead. The poison is still ticking down. And he's been in such just storied control throughout this entire set that why not cash it out there? You know, why not go for that and just get this big life lead and make him try and get the comeback? Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh, Mortzi he just said so creative, so good at using his tools. He's one hit away. Okay, the XDP does work out this time, but man, I'm losing my thoughts. There's too much tension here for Noodle, but no, he unfortunately buffers under that. And Mortzi, and our first 3-0 of the night, is going to take it over to Noodle and send Noodle down to losers and cash him a ticket up into our winners semifinals to play against either Super Friends or Bumbles.
I was really impressed with Mortzi's just control throughout the entire set. You can tell that like he very clearly did his homework. You had mentioned, John, that they have, you know, this long rivalry of fighting each other. And there are tons of matches back and forth, whether it's in the Canada West events here or offline or online, whatever it is, they fight each other a lot. And it seems very clear to me that Mortzi went back and watched some of those. He took notes. He went to the lab and he came out with all the answers. He has the book. He waited for the teacher to go to the bathroom. He went up, stole the test sheet, and he is writing down every single answer because, like you said, that was the first 3-0 of the night, and that was convincing. Noodle's really gonna have to dig deep if he wants to try and make that loser's run.
Well, back in the past too, it's like Noodle is actually very good at like making adaptations on the fly there, but it seems like he had no answers. He just had complete control. As you said, he had all the answers test. He just cheated out effectively, right? But I was just interested to see. I'm honestly just like more stunned because that was definitely not the way I was expecting that to go. Like I definitely was giving the edge to Mortzi, particularly with how he's been performing in the Warrior events, but I was admittedly not expecting that.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a surprise to everybody. But nevertheless, again, Noodle is not out of this yet. They still have a chance down in the lower side of the bracket. But it is a Shark Tank. If you've watched any tournament ever, you know, the moment you go down to losers, not only are you fighting against people who are like, they're pissed, they're salty about losing, you know, they're like, I got something to prove. But you literally have to win twice as many matches against these bloodthirsty killers to try and get your chance at redemption. So it is no easy task, but he can do it.
Well, and particularly with like Canada West too, like kind of our first and second spots have been pretty held in. Like Sarah Blast and Mortzi had solid control of them, but everything, even from third down, has been incredibly volatile. It's been people upsetting each other, beating each other. It's like, yeah, we have kind of Sarah Blast, you know, kind of the queen sitting on top, but everyone below there is just begging for that crown, just fighting, infighting between each other, and it's like it's so back and forth. But we are getting into our next round, and this one is kind of going to be a fun match between here. We got the 3rd seed coming out of Saskatchewan. It will be Super Friends. Honestly, if I had to sum him up, he is the epitome of Ryu. He plays that character to exactly the key of what he wants. He plays the neutral style, he plays keep out, he goes DP. But there's a bit of his flair in there. He's confident. When he gets the read, he will go for it. He will just raw DP in front of you. There's a lot of time against Mortzi, he'll just run up and he'll DP through poison. It's incredible to watch. And when he does get these reads right, he's actually able to snowball the round so much. And actually, he had a great glow up story as well. He had 2 fists early on. He went down 13th right after that. But he had his little training arc. He got 3rd the next one, and then he came back. And in a beautiful set against Noodle, he completely ran it back from losers. It looked like Noodle had the download. Super Friends was able to win it out. So this man is training. He's literally Ryu.
He is meditating below the waterfall. He is one with nature. He has become Zen, and he is fighting off the Dark Hado so that he can master the art of nothingness and win this trip to Capcom Cup. Can he do it today? Can he take down Bumbasnap? This is the marquee matchup. This is Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2. Ken versus Ryu. Who will come out on top?
Exactly. And of course, just to quickly highlight on Bumba there so I don't make him feel left out, he is our Manitoba resident. As you talked about in the highlighting show, he's a very aggressive Ken. This man will turn it up to 11 on a dime. He's consistently gotten top 8, and he is the reason Muck had to work so hard to get in here. Yes. So Super Friends is actually almost fighting for his friend's honor here as well. So it should be a great match between these two so far. But of course, Super Friends is taking a bit of an early lead here. Great cross to DP, and he has managed to stifle this offense that Bumba Snuff wants to get started.
That is something I have the pleasure of fighting Bumba Snuff quite often. I run into him a lot online, and if you've been watching these Canada West events, I'm sure you've seen it. He can get a little jump happy at times, so it is going to be on him to remain as grounded as possible until he smells just a hint of hesitation. But man, right now he's not even getting the chance. The delay throw there, that was for his life. And now he busts out with the EX. A ton of damage here. He gets Oki. What's it going to be? And the V-shift to safety. Doesn't want to deal with it.
Oh, gets a hit for him too. And this actually gives him control of the corner here as well. But no, great press out here by Super. To see that parry. Damn. That's what I mean. He makes these confidence reads that you're just not expecting. And that's a stun too, but Bumba able to run it back too, had a giant life deficit, but you see, when he gets that hit, he manages to run it back. And actually the best matches I think I've watched in Canada West have been between Bumba Snuff and White Gun. Those are the two most aggressive players in this bracket, and I just like turn into an auctioneer.
Man, the jump in heavy punch led to so much damage, a cool 350, and now we see Super Friends has to fight his way out of the corner here. Ryu able to get the DP there after the incredibly fast recovery of EX Fireball. Now we're back to neutral, and he's trying to even up that life and hopefully get something in the way of the lead, but man, that miss hit confirm is not the way to do it.
No, certainly not. And you see when you give Bumba Stuff an inch, he takes a mile. Or as we say in Canada, you give a centimeter, you take a goddamn meter, eh?
You got it. That's hitting the nail on the head. I literally could not have said it better because I've never heard that before. All right, now we have Super Friends trying to start his offense. Huge is, oh man, stun is knocking at the door. Oh no, he didn't
double KO! He dropped the ball, didn't get his confirm, and we have double KO to start it off.
Did they both get a game then?
No, the official ruling is a mulligan. They get to play it out. Again, no rounds, no games awarded. Yep.
You have heard it from the voice above. God via has ordained it, or Capcom's official rulings has, that will be a no game. We just start back from scratch. And that means we get another match of this, and I'm okay with it.
I don't think I've seen that in any of the World Warrior events I've watched. And I watch a lot of Street Fighter, folks. So you are getting it all here. You are getting everything under the sun, even stuff that you didn't even know was possible. And what a way. You know, again, this is Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2. Of course it would end like this. We need more matches. Is Bumba Stuff going to be able to keep this aggression, keep it turned up to 11 and overrun Super Friends, or will he be able to slow it down and just DP his way to victory?
Exactly, and Super Friends just staying tight on the defense here. But good little throw here by Bumba. That's the option. He gets the overhead. Oh, he doesn't quite get the whip punish though, but throws coming down. He just needs one more hit. It's all he wants. It's all he needs. But no, he gets the conversion. Now there's Super Friends looking to momentum it back here. And this is times where he'll do really confident things, and it scares me.
Oh. So much damage. And the big crush counter right in Ken's pretty boy face. Super Friends goes up around. Hopefully he can take the lead here, even after they've already fought 5 rounds.
Oh, exactly. Oh, and he's just been so on point with these crosscut DPs today. And actually, I think the thing to highlight too is Super Friends just plays a very active neutral where he is like, he's just putting out these pokes constantly and baiting. He's just baiting, and he gets his DP there because I think Bumba's a little late on the punish here. The ye old Canadian reset where you drop the combo and you do the throw, eh?
All right, there's another fireball, and he has to worry about stun here. That is plus. You cannot challenge there. What is the Oki going to be? Stays in front, and he doesn't even let him get a chance. No, there's going to be an activation here in just a second. He goes for the raw activation. He gets knocked down. Gets hit with the overhead, and this is going south quick. Super Friends has to shore up the defense here, and he believes in the DP. EX to seal the deal. First game goes to him.
What an absolutely stunning fashion back and forth here. And I just love like the familiarity we're getting here. Bumba is that, the aggressive Ken. If you guys wanted to watch the classic Ryu versus Ken matchup, we have it perfect here. We have Super Friends willing to just sit back, play the neutral game, but also go for the hard reads when he needs. And then Bumba is just here to bring that signature Ken aggression, try and engulf his opponents in his pressure. And I'm just excited to see how this develops so far, because it looks like Super Friends does have a bit of the edge, but you've seen how quick Bumba can turn it around.
Yeah, there have been these key moments where Bumblestuff has just misconfirmed on misconfirmed on DPs on oh man, or betting big on that. And look at this damage. This is so much. He goes for that into the donkey kick, a cool 35%. He has to block that, and now he doesn't get caught with the frame shift this time. He respects it. No hit confirm again. You can tell Bumblestuff is feeling a little hesitant to believe in his reactions now. He's dead. He's dead.
Ooh. Man, I love the combos Super Friends do, because mainly I don't get to watch enough Ryu, and he has all the cool combos. He's optimized the character, and it's really fun.
Man, if you're missing out on watching Ryu, just come over to my stream. It seems like I fight 30 of them every time I stream ranked. But man, we are
can find that on twitch.tv/Mr. Mustafa.
Shameless plug. But right now we are watching the high level Ryu action. Not what you're gonna find from these super diamond, ultra diamond Ryus that just press forward heavy punch. We got DPs, we got frame traps, we got baits, and now these big punishes on deck. Your Super Friends throwing Bumblestuff to the ground, and now you have look at that. Now that was a little bit of online flair.
Hey, you gotta do it. I mean, his old tag used to be Flowchart Ryu, so you gotta do it. Oh, but Bumble got his hit. Oh, he's looking for potentially just one more interaction on the. Oh, he almost got the whip punish there. That's what he was looking for, but just a frame too late. The fireball pressure's coming out. The offensive train is online, but no, Super Friends has managed to reset it back to neutral here. Oh,
what?
Excuse me.
That 100 million. First of all, I'm gonna have a read here and say if we were to ask Super Friends, he's like, nah, I did that on purpose. But 1,000,000% that was supposed to be. He believed that it was going to be a fireball. He wanted to read the fireball there. That's why he did that. But I guarantee, if anybody in the chat were to ask, call up Super Friends right now and be like, yo, did you mean to do raw Tatsu there? Like, regardless of what it was? Oh yeah, I did that. That was the whiff punish, bro. I whiff punished with Tatsu. That's what that was. I guarantee it.
Bro, I'm sick.
Yeah, I'm so nice you can't even understand. But man, Bumblestuff is trying to answer back here. There's the back, putting back into the corner here, trying to set up a fireball trap. No such luck, but he is still in the driver's seat, already at a cool 35% life lead here, but getting knocked down by the EX fireball, and there's the early activation.
You know, Bumba doing a great job of just kind of controlling the space with random. Oh, he baited out the DP. Yeah, he's just relying on the fact that Super Friends has just been so consistent with the anti-airs, and Bumba can actually start playing this game where he just starts annoying him, trying to get him to whip these DPs. I'm excited to see if he does it a bit more. But Bumba kind of in the driver's seat, has the meter advantage and has the space advantage. Oh, gets his hit and great confirm.
He needed that to stay alive. He really had to try and do something to get some confidence and momentum on his side. Now he's got a little bit of breathing room, and maybe he can get this next round to get even more of a break, not feel quite as pressed to really just panic and make a comeback.
Yeah, no, he's with the back throw there, but yeah, no, the jumps are. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. His jumps are coming at impromptu times, but no, the Tatsu got CXDP. Just back and forth. But yeah, Bumba is kind of betting on these kind of just random, like very long range jumps, and they are getting DP'd almost every single time. I'd love to see him use that as like almost like a conditioning tool to kind of bait out the anti-airs, but as of right now, he's just getting hit more often than not. Oh, there we go. That's a great jump in on the fireball.
That was such an early jump in, getting the maximum situation there off of that jump heavy punch. And now we do see Super Friends back in the drive seat. There's the forward throw. One more interaction can potentially still. Oh no!
That actually get it. Bumba can still get this right throw break. Oh, he's got a DP. Holy!
I wonder. Did he mean to do that? Was that maybe like a misinput, like negative edge with down medium punch? I don't know what that was, but that is a dire mistake. And suddenly, Super Friends finds himself on the verge here, and he just bets it all on the XDP. Not even going to give him a chance, and a little bit of mental damage. I'm sorry, he falls back on the fireball. This is looking bad. Okay. All right, slow your roll.
That's the thing. Super Friends can get into modes where he's like, I'm confident. He'll just start doing stuff. The other minute it gets exposed, you're like, oh no.
Throwing these fireballs here, stopping his forward advancing. Oh, he tried to go. That was supposed to be EXDP, but he got the wrong input there. He got fireball, EX fireball. Okay, this is a good spot.
Oh, more interaction. Great throw escape here from Bumba. Oh, he's just trying to look for the one more hit here to reset, and I'm just so scared, man.
Yeah, this is so tense. This could really change things one way or another. But man, it's looking really good.
He's trying to walk up throw.
Absolutely, 100%. I bet my entire bank account it was walk up throw. And Bumba, just like that, he was willing to put it all on the line of that low forward. I truly don't even think that was a hit confirm. I think he was pressing that uppercut input, whether it hit or not, and it paid off in the biggest way. He slows things down a little bit. He gets a score on the board, and now it's 2-1.
Round one.
Also, in the meantime, I went and quickly looked up the stats as well. These two have played twice in World Warrior, and it's went 1-1 apiece.
Ooh,
Do you guys want it close? It's not only close here, it's historically close too.
All right, we get a hit confirm there off the last hit of the back heavy kick. And again, another big life lead here, another hit confirm. Super Friends is sitting comfortably, but now he just has to make sure that he doesn't overextend and give Ken that opportunity to oh my God, to just run him over. Look at how this is turning around.
A lot of Super Friends like defense and kind of get outs are preemptive. So Bumba is able to bait these out because he is the more kind of offensively tuned player. He's going to see a lot of success with Super Friends. You see it's doing a great job of just obviously playing in the ranges where he will be able to block it. But I think if Bumba Stuff can abuse this, he's going to just see a gigantic amount of success.
Oh man, that could have been okay, he's got the sweep here.
Charging it up.
Yeah.
He blocks. Yeah, has to block it.
He either had to block or do V-shift. He had to deal with that, and that was not the right option. Now again, this is a familiar situation. We've got the rerun back on. Super Friends is queuing up the laugh track, and is he going to be able to take this when he is at set point one more time?
Oh, great DP. Yeah, no, Super Friends break confirm here. Bumba almost has control of the corner here. Great rush down to keep him in the corner. Resets into the throw. The Canadian classic.
Oh, that sweep is huge.
Ooh.
All right, there's the forward throw. Now what's it going to be? Gets the knockdown here again. All right, no throw this time. Now he's back, able to defend himself. No V-trigger yet to make anything safe. Oh, no!
Such a preemptive DP, and a great punish coming out here from Bumba. He's in the drive so he can get this control. He just confirms at the edge.
That was supposed to be Fireball. That was a misinput.
Oh, no.
Those are two costly misinputs. And now he is staring down the barrel of maybe Bumba Snuff tying this up.
I know he can do it. Bumba just definitely so good at giving himself the momentum here. But yeah, these crucial mistakes from Super Friends are just costing him. It's possible he's a bit flustered, but no. Bumba baits out the DP this time. Great side switch as well with beautiful optimization. Gets himself control of the corner. But a little whiff on the throw there. Doesn't matter. But it's a sweep. Gets the wall over. That's going to be stunned as well. Probably won't be able to kill off of this. We are looking at potentially one more situation for the game if Bumba can make the correct read here. And just a back throw. That's going to finish it off. And Bumba's tied it up 2-2. What looked like completely dire straits. Super Friends had the read. Was stuffing all the offense Bumba wanted. He's turned it around. He's baiting them out. He's getting his punishes. And crucial mistakes from Super Friends are kind of sealing his fate. Now, can Bumba ride this momentum train all the way out, or will Super Friends be able to shore up the defense and show you truly the way of Ryu?
Man, it was looking so dominant early on, and just like that, another huge jump in for Bumba Snuff. Things are looking bleak for Super Friends. He's getting red, he's getting mixed, he's eating all this damage, and he's down 50% in life, and he eats a jump heavy kick for no real reason. He overextends a little bit, and it is going south. He does block that, but no, this is confirmed. Look at this.
Oh, he has to be flustered.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, this is so back and forth here, just looking for one more hit. But Bumba, he's playing so well. He's taking control of the preemptive game. Super Friends had complete control of all the buttons they were throwing out earlier. But Bumba's completely turned that around. And just the amount of control he's able to exhibit right now. It's just been gorgeous to watch the development. Oh, with buddies with that. Gets the crutch counter. Oh my God, the back throw as well. Just look at this corner carry. Optimization here from Bumba. And he's looking so good. Oh my God. Okay, he's not going to be able to kill here, of course.
I think he's going to go for a reset. Yep. Nope, not quite. He's taking the Oki, getting the most damage he can. Now, what's it going to be? Tries to bait out an EXDP, no such luck. And now he's backing up a bit. Here's the activation. Able to get a knockdown here is Super Friends. This is so important. Ooh. Oh my God, look at the damage. Look at how much this is going to hurt.
He reset him. He reset him. It's going to be the stun, too.
He's dead.
Oh my God.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Look at the damage. It's ended with the DP.
Oh my God.
The donkey kick seals the deal. Judan kick. He brought it back from third strike, and now he's trying to bring this back from the edge of defeat. Can he close this out over Bumba Snuff and remind him he is the better Shotokan practitioner?
We are sitting on WEG, as the Tekken players love to say, and I wanted it no other way. The Battle of Manitoba and Saskatchewan is flared up here. Woo. Looks like we have evened out the life on either side here. Super Friend taking the offensive timing, but no Bumba. He's got control of the corner. He's looking so good, but great match out here from Super Friend. Oh, the trade goes in the favor of Bumba because he has the position, has the life lead, but no, he stays tight. He's got the hit, and he does have access to V-trigger as well. Oh, the V-shift comes out. We just need one more hit. One more hit is all we need in the trade back. Oh, he just does it again. He just did it again, looking for the interaction. On the lights, finishes off here, and Super Friends ties it up, takes his own offensive timings on in that last match, and stifles the comeback from Bumba. And that'll be Super Friends moving on. Wow. And what was goddamn the closest match I think we have seen so far. Not only we go to WEG full reset, we had a gosh darn double KO at the beginning.
Bro, it was a 6-game first to 3. How does that happen? Only in CPT or World Warrior Canada West Regional Finals can you find matches like this. And if you guys haven't yet, shame on you. I am telling Santa, you are going on his naughty list. Hit up that Matcherino, use those codes, ! Matcherino in the chat. Make sure that you are supporting these players because this has been some of the finest Street Fighter you can find in the whole damn world. Let them know that you are enjoying the matches and you want them to eat. You want to make sure they are feeling extra nice as they hit that lottery and get their way onto Capcom Cup. Support that. Let them know that they deserve to eat. Man, what a set. And we're not done. This is literally only the first half of winners.
Yeah.
What do we got going on in the lower bracket?
Wow, as we saw earlier, it's, of course, the underdog story himself, the Blanca Muck down there going up against White Gun. Now, this match is very exciting to watch because not only is White Gun extremely oppressive, these two players are so good at using their momentum. It's gonna honestly be down to who can just run over the other one better. And of course, going down into Noodle versus Bumba Snuff. We just saw it. Noodle, unfortunately, had a pretty bleak outlooking against Mortzy. But in the past, whenever he's been getting able to play against Bumba, we have seen that style where Bumba is usually on the offense. He's rushing him down, and Noodle finds his way to get out. And then he manages to, a lot of the time, carry it forward into a victory. But what a comeback potential there from Bumba as well. You can tell he wasn't rattled. He stayed calm, and he almost got that complete comeback against Super Friends. Man. Like I still can't believe we've only played 4 games of Street Fighter, man. This feels like I've been watching this for 3 hours.
Right? Honestly, and just some of the craziest heavyweight boxing match slugfest I have seen throughout this entire World Warrior circuit. It doesn't matter what region it is. These guys realize they paid $60 to press some damn buttons and they are going to do it. They're not going to spend their time blocking. That's a waste. You are not going to win a fighting game by holding down back. They are swinging with everything, feet, legs, their head in some cases. They conjure up magic, they throw fireballs, they produce electricity. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to hit you right in the face with it. And if you are not prepared, you're going down to the loser's bracket, son. You don't get to go to Capcom Cup. I do.
Of course.
But we are close to getting into our next match here. It again is going to be Muck versus White Gun, Blanca versus Cammy.
I baited you all. I forgot to read the other part of the bracket. So we're actually up in winners right now. So we're going to have Ceroblast versus Lowinator. And the other match was, of course, Morty versus Super Friends. My brain, it was small. It wasn't ready for the cool looking graphic. I was looking at my Star GG bracket.
It was kind of an assist on my part because I did actually say, I think that we were going down to the lower bracket. So I'll take partial responsibility. But if you want to take 65, 70% of it, sure. I'll skate by. People will just kind of glance and not really realize what's going on. That's okay. We are getting into this next match.
That's that classic Canadian kindness. That's all I'm saying. But
I'm honorary Canadian at this point. I've commentated 3 of your guys' events. I'll be expecting the Timmy Hortons and the maple syrup bottle.
The Timmy Hortons and the maple syrup run on the polar bear there later, bud. Without further ado, we got Lowinator versus Ceroblast. And this, as I've been highlighting earlier, boys, is Lowinator is the only guy to take top 8 over Ceroblast. The only one. So this is where his dark horse story will come to fruition. Just like my teammates run at 5 o'clock there, eh? Make sure you come by.
I truly think this is the match I'm most excited for. Just Lowinator has been playing so well. Really, you highlighted it, right? You hit the nail on the head. Is absolutely the dark horse here, and just showing that he is able to swing with the big dogs. Okay, get the frame kill there into the heavy DP, and now the next interaction could seal the deal. One more hit will do it. Does not let the overhead rock though. Gets the counter hit here. Look at this. Now the next interaction
so good. Oh, it's a setup. Oh no, you think he spaced it out ever so slightly wrong. Great back recovery from Ceroblast and gets the whip punish. We saw Lowinator is willing to just bet it all on the line in those risky situations, and I think he will get rewarded as this set goes on.
Alright, we're back to neutral here, and just a random slide. You know what, why not? But does run face first into that EX Shoryuken there from Sarah. We know she is not afraid to let it rock. As strong as her neutral is, as strong as her whiff punishes are, she realizes that EX reversal is too valuable not to let it fly every so often. No cross up there for Lowinator. Back to neutral. Alright, throwing these fireballs and gets a slide there. Hoping to interrupt a fireball, just gets it to land anyways. Now when is the activation going to come? Has to look for a hit. This is V-Trigger 2 after all.
Oh, exactly. Oh, great anti-air here.
Oh, man, I got hit.
Too. I got hit too, but Lowinator didn't. And that's why he's in top 8, and we're not.
Fair enough. All right, swinging there, runs into that EX fireball. Okay, good chunk of damage. Corner to corner, coast to coast. Has to throw tech for his life. And now when is he going to find that opportunity to activate? Maybe going to look for a fireball? Oh! Ah, that should have been V-trigger too. That was your chance. But I do understand that was a tumultuous, rocky situation there. A little bit weird as you flip out. Ceroblast takes that first game. Was not, he didn't go down without a fight. There were a couple of key moments where if it would have gone the other way, I think he could have just as easily won those rounds. But that's what makes or breaks these games. Who is going to take it in that clutch moment, in that, that 11th hour when it matters most? And Ceroblast has been doing this for a while, has been a top player in Street Fighter V for most of the game's lifespan.
And definitely had a chance to kind of warm up against definitely one of our more aggressive kind of wild players as well, because you saw her a bit rattled against Muck earlier. Yeah. But if you are able to kind of warm up in that situation, I think you are just very much ready for the bracket. So we might see a little bit less reliance. Oh no, that whiffed the DP on that. I think that's a little bit more of a point to move towards. But no, actually, just a great recognition of the situation by Ceroblast as well to take the situation back, go for that cross-up. And you just see how good she is at these offensive timings. But Lowinator, he finds his opportunities to get out and find the mash. Okay. And it's looking so good so far. But no, the shoulder raw, that's not what you need. But we need just one more hit. But no, the miss is on the confirm. But just slides to his death.
I have to believe he tried to go for the V-trigger activation right at the very end, and maybe there's probably a different cancel window there that he pressed it a little bit too late and couldn't, try and actually frame trap with it. But nevertheless, Ceroblast takes that crouch fear is too good at stopping those left-right mix-ups. Unless you are really deep on the other side, it's going to get you every time. And able to put him back into the corner, Ceroblast sitting in the driver's seat. There's the forward throw, and she is looking pretty, just really relaxing here and in complete control.
Exactly. Okay. Oh, but no. Speaking of the devil, Lowinator manages to get his control out. That's dead. What a late hit on that. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was a really tricky mix-up. I got hit. You got hit, chat. I don't care if you try and say otherwise. You absolutely got blown up because you are not a better player than Ceroblast, I tell you that much. She's here for a reason.
Exactly. No, most dominant player in Canada West so far, and historically, to be dreadfully honest as well. So again, Lowinator would be a big setup upset here for this. But Ceroblast just doing so well at keeping control of the corner here, just forcing Lowinator to defend, and then finds her opportunity with the throws. They're looking at potentially one more, looking potentially for that shimmy, but no, Lowinator doesn't bite on it. Great anti-air. Oh, the throw comes out, and Lowinator might just need to transition this into someone more. Oh, but no, I don't think that's quite where he wanted that. And it's gonna get the hit. No, one more on either side.
Oh, yeah.
I was losing my words. It's too scary. It's too scary.
It's very, very tense. And more importantly, we've actually seen in those moments where you can tell Lowinator has to try and make a comeback, has to try and hope that something is going to work so he can try and get the snowball offense, try and just overrun her senses, not let her get a chance to breathe. She's turning to these EX fireballs. Ken's EX fireball is so strong, starts up incredibly fast, goes incredibly fast, and more importantly, recovers quickly, so if you do try and jump over, able to get the fireball trap DP. It's a very safe option in those situations, more often than you might think.
And it kind of highlights that just dynamic style she's able to play, because as you see here, she can do the aggression, she can rush you down, but she's so good at just switching back to defense, and that's when Lowinator usually tries to make his comebacks, and that's when Ceroblast is just waiting and wait. Okay.
That's the first DXDP he's done. It paid off, and he baits it out. Look at how much damage. This hurts. He might actually be able to tie up the light lead here. Yeah,
exactly. And has control of the corner here. Goes to the center. Oh, great block, but no gets the target on it. And Lowinator has managed to put himself on the board here, assuming we don't drop.
Hey. I actually was not expecting that. I thought maybe he was going to be able to go for a kill combo. I don't know if he could have killed or not. I will trust his judgment that he couldn't, but that round is so important. But even then, he overextends at the wrong time, hoping she would try and dash in, run into that Graham, and eats a big jump roundhouse for his troubles. Oh my god.
Oh, exactly. And it's kind of all been just Lowinator having to play on the back foot here a lot of the time when he needs these comebacks. And the cross up there has all the meter in the world. I don't think quite is going to kill off of that, but it's going to be such a dangerous and scary situation. Actually, she has CA access as well. Cross up is going to finish it off. Perfect KO. And we are tied up one round apiece, and Cero goes in the next round with full meter as well. This is dire straits for Lowinator. But if he really wants to show that kind of leveled up, show that progress, this is the situation you want to take.
Yeah, if you are trying to really prove yourself, this is where it matters most. No DP there, but able to get the low forward hit confirm into the EX Ram. But actually spending this early, I don't mind this. Get a big life lead, and she's been consistently beating him in neutral. He's had to make these big gambles, these big reads to try and get a comeback. So why not? You're going to build meter throughout the rest of the round. I like that decision from Cero. Oh, this hurts.
Okay, Ceroblast finds the opportunity here, and they're just stifling Lowinator's comeback. And Cero, you see lovely spacing, just trying to bait these options out.
Okay. How is he going to find something? That could have been a slide. He has to tighten up a little bit. He has to pay a little more attention, a little more laser focus, because Cereblast is not going to give him much. You know, we have seen she's been able to really shore up her offense, her defense, whatever it is. If she's overextended, she's been able to tighten things up when it matters most.
Yeah, Noah has control of the corner here. Just so tense. Oh, he bets it all on the slide in there. One all he needs. Oh, he found his hit, but he didn't manage to convert it into more. But he does have offensive strings. No, whoa!
Yeah, she was ready for that command dash. And that was the safest option, right? As young Zeku, you didn't have any chance to try and go for an EX reversal to try and mix things up. It was going to be either a button or a throw. And if she did throw, it was going to win. So why not go for that, right? It's the safest option. It won her the round, and ultimately the set. She takes it 3-0.
You know, fantastic play here from Cereblast, kind of cementing why she is just the favorite here.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit shaky against Muck there, but against Eliminator here, it just looked very, very solid. Yet again, she's the only person she has lost to in top 8, but I mean, when you're pulling out results like that, it definitely kind of just devalues it a little bit.
Right.
But no further ado, we are moving on to Mortzy versus Super Friends. Another Vancouver versus Saskatchewan. Now, of course, this will be our call. Super Friends is our 3rd seed going up against our 2nd seed, Mortzy. Super Friends fought up there for the longest time. First 3 were Sero, White Gun, or sorry, Mortzy, and then White Gun. So Super Friends managed to get in there, and this is kind of his opportunity to prove that he can fight with the top. He belongs up in that top 3, and if he is able to take this over Mortzy, I think it's going to be incredible to watch. He has managed to beat him in the past. I will look up the results here earlier, but I think this will be a really fun match to watch back and forth. And while we have further ado, I'm going to go look up the stats.
Yeah, just a quick reminder, guys, before we get into this next match. Again, please do support the Matcherino. !Matcherino in the chat is going to give you a link, and from there you can either claim the codes, you can contribute directly, you can do the sponsor quest. There are any number of ways to give literally free money to the players here to make sure that they are rewarded for the wonderful show, the absolute firework display that we are getting here that is at the CPT Canada West World Warrior Regional Finals. We are getting into Mortzy versus Super Friends, Ryu versus Fong. Who will take it?
And just to raise the stakes a little bit too, Mortzy, they too have played 3 times in the World Warrior event. Mortzy has won all 3. The best result Super Friends was able to get out was a 3-1.
Okay, yeah, that's
so I was talking about him wanting to, punch up with the top 3. This is his time to prove it. Not only does he have the losing record, he's the one who squeaked into this top 3.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Mortzy has been so consistent. You talked about that earlier. And Super Friends is, has really showed an incredible performance the last 2 or 3 tournaments, but does have something to prove, is trying to, maybe quell the naysayers and put them in their place. But right now, Mortzy is in control here, has V-Trigger active, and able to get the full punish underneath the fireball, able to just follow up those poison balls like a dog and close out that round. I really, really love that conversion. Something like Fong, again, another character specialist, because that's not easy to do.
Oh, exactly. I mean, he is the Fong specialist. If you ever want, Fong information, Mortzy is your guy to go to. Been playing that character fantastically for such a long time. And as you can just see it coming into fruition here, the thing I love to watch in his play is he's so good at varying up his styles. He has this kind of trappy, mix-up style. He has zone control, and then he also almost plays this kind of weird, off-zoner style as well, and he switches between them in such a beautiful fashion for a lot of it. And it's going to be down to Super Friends to kind of maybe pilot around this 3 and see if he can get his way in. And right now, he's doing a fantastic job of locking Mortzy in the corner. But Mortzy, as I've highlighted, so good at escaping the corner, but no, he tried to run his head with the throw. Could have had the game here, but does manage to secure it anyway off the counter hit. And Mortzy looking very strong at the start out here, but Super Friends looking like if he can get the read on the situation, I think might be able to go for it. And I have highlighted earlier, these two are really fun to watch because there's a lot of times where Super Friends will just walk up. He's got the poison trap down and he'll DP through it. He'll walk up, raw DP through it, and it's just beautiful because a lot of time it does work because he does get the timing correct. When he doesn't.
Sure. That is a world of hurt just waiting for you. Mortzy takes that first game. Oh man, a really, really huge read there. No such luck. Mortzy gets the big punish, and more importantly, controlling the screen space. And now we see Super Friends trapped in the corner here, stunned, almost there, and he really has to do something to try and get out of this corner and let that stun dissipate. You cannot afford this. If he gets stunned, he's dead.
No, exactly. Now, does let the stun dissipate, which is great, but Mortzy still has dominant control over the corner here. Oh, he
I like the
little
fireball, yeah. Good
Yep,
DP.
Oh, trades.
But yeah, that trade is still not great. With the right conversion, he is absolutely gonna die, and he eats a jump in right after the poison ball. Another round on the board for Mortzy. He's really just feeling comfortable throughout any of these matches. He hasn't been really pressured, I don't think, much at all.
No, he's doing just a great job of controlling neutral, and we saw that Super Friends is he's pretty active in the fact that he's controlling neutral with active buttons a lot of the time. But Mortsy's just not letting him start that. He's getting priority, he's jumping over it, he's getting the correct reads, and it's just like Super Friends isn't even able to get online, which is so hard to do if you've watched like any of his previous matches.
Right, there's the V reversal. Throws out the poison ball. Luckily able to V reversal again there. Does not get poisoned at all. Doesn't take any damage. But yeah, the great whip punch, the down medium punch there. Runs into the crouching medium kick. Mortzy gets knocked down here. And again, just really sitting pretty. Not really feeling too much pressure at all. He just gets to hold down back. Who cares? What are you going to do? Oh, man, I love that option. That was so good.
And Mortzy just coming out. He's on a mission to prove. He's like, all right, I know we've had this World Warrior thing. People have been leveling up. He's like, no, I am one of the top players in Canada West. Let's just ignore everything else below that. It's him and Sarah who have been the top two for so long.
Yeah.
Looking to just lock that in.
He is on the verge. He only needs one more game. Super Friends, though, hoping to stop that offensive, hoping to just get something back on his side. And that DP is a great start.
Now a great throw break here. Ooh. Oh, he just cuts through it?
Honestly, I like that. I like that. He doesn't get the counter hit conversion, able to get the low forward in the donkey kick, though, but eats a throw for his trouble. Right back at you, though, the back throw, and that does a lot more damage for Ryu.
Oh, definitely. Oh, he's just trying to, I love how he's just trying to, like, just slide through. He's trying to almost like goblin his way in, and it's so exciting to watch.
Some might even say Mortzy is going goblin mode right here, as he is finding himself in winners semifinal, hoping to move on to winners finals here over Super Friends. He's close to sealing the deal here, but Super Friends get the big crush counter sweep and gets around on the board. I think it's the first round he's had in maybe a game.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right there, because a lot of it has just come down to Mortzy's just dominating the neutral. Most of the hits Super Friends is getting are kind of like pretty good calculated counter hits or just chip from these fireballs. And otherwise, Mortzy's just been, slowly approaching, finding his way in. Oh, great jump over there. I'm surprised that interaction didn't go much worse for either player. But now Mortzy has control of the corner here, and it's going to be down to Super Friends to kind of just battle his way out. And he has managed to do that with a great fireball game. And now Mortzy gets the other conversion here. The poison's ticking down, and he has control of the corner there. But great jump out here. Activation. Super Friends has control here. Gets the hit, and this is exactly what he needs. He needs to lock Mortzy down here. Mortzy, very crafty, very good at getting out of the corner. But Super Friends is having none of it. He got the throw in there. Great conversion. And now Mortzy didn't manage to get the hit to get out, but that was great corner pressure here. Charges it up, gets the guard break. So much confidence. Oh, he didn't manage to kill off of that, but no, dash up throw. That's what I mean. Super Friends, when he gets the confidence, he's able to turn these situations into a bunch of reads like, there's no way you would do that. But no, he knew. He knew.
Like, there's something to be said about, like, Ryu's playstyle in Street Fighter V, because he really just gets so much mileage out of that kind of playstyle. If you are feeling confident, if you have the right read, it is so easy for him to just turn even a bad round into something that is so advantageous for him, because he does so much damage, he does so much stun, and it's really easy for it to get away from you if you're on the defensive. And on top of that too, when he has V-Trigger active, compared to most other characters, his V-Trigger doesn't dissipate when he does the powered up fireball, when he does the powered up DP. It just dissipates on its own just over time. So if he hits you multiple times, you're taking extra damage that you otherwise wouldn't, and he's not losing anything for it.
Ooh. What a parry. Oh, okay. Mortzy does get the hit here. Now, Super Friends has been pretty good on the defense here. Great use of the V reversal. And like, he's controlling the space here very well. And this is kind of that like preemptive game he likes to do. And okay, I gotta stop talking. I gotta stop talking. They pull out the crazy the minute. But no, Super Friends has kind of reset here. And there we go. Great fireball game. And I love what he's doing. He's managed to grasp that neutral game back. He's using the fireballs very effectively, and that's finally allowed him to start pressing his neutral range buttons that he loves to do. He's getting great sweeps. He's finding those crouching medium kicks finally, and it all comes off this great fireball adaptation that he's done.
I think you nailed it exactly, John. I think the three things that stand out to me the most are the way that he's been able to whiff punish with sweep, get knockdowns with EX Fireball, and use regular Fireball just to control neutral, just to, you know, stop him in his tracks and maybe make him block, kick, chip him, whatever it is, but he's using that to his advantage so that he has a little more firm grasp in these situations. And man, what a heavy DP right through that poison trap.
Yeah, no, he loves to do that. He knows his opportunities, he can do it. But now Mortsy does have control of the corner there, and the life is just ticking down. I think we might see a potential throw. Oh, but no, he just waits for the fireball to come out, because that is how Super Friends has got the space back. And Mortsy wiser on it. But that round was a lot of just Mortsy was able to get in. Now, Super Friends, he is finding success when he is able to control neutral. But yeah, the minute Mortsy gets in, it's very dire straits for him. Oh, great bash there on the crushing life punch, though.
Yeah, that crouch jab just immediately stuffing out that extended hurt box from the crouch, the coward crouch kick. Excuse me. Oh, but this is looking bleak. Yes, he had to do that there to make himself safe. Otherwise, he was going to get stunned. But he's still not out of the woods yet. Just trying for anything. And it's hit so far. That is a good chunk of damage, and it is maybe going south. He's got to be careful.
Oh, he went for a tick throw.
There, no such luck.
That great mash here from Mortsy, then that gets him out. Oh, just one more setup on here. He bets it all on the Tatsu. The confidence did not work out this time, and Mortsy has sent Super Friends down to losers, knocking out the 3rd seed, and has ascertained that he is going to be one of the top 2 players in Canada West, and he books his ticket to winners finals with Ceroblast to maybe potentially come finally get the win over his demon.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. That is going to be a hell of a match when it does happen. But we are moving on down to the lower bracket final. We have Muck versus White Gun. And then after that, it will be none other than Noodle and Bumbasnuff. So coming up first, Muck versus White Gun. You were talking about this earlier. This is going to be a very high octane, balls to the wall, all gas, no brakes match. It is going to be just 2 players slugging it out, swinging their bats as hard as they can, trying to get the bigger callouts. And I honestly have to think, I feel like the edge might be for Muck. Because Blanca, like, he has gotten so many buffs over the past couple seasons. He was always a real character. This is perhaps, outside of like maybe like CVS 2 or Street Fighter 2, this is perhaps the most real Blanca has ever been in a Street Fighter game. Street Fighter 4, he's very much more of a gimmick character. Street Fighter 5, he's always been fairly fundamentally sound. And over the past couple seasons, he has gotten these buffs that just make him scarier, really tighten up his conversions, make them much more consistent, and helped his V-trigger just really land in ways that other times, that you might have inconsistencies, you might have these mishaps that lead to big punishes. But suddenly, he doesn't have to worry about that quite as much, and he's always done big damage. Cammy, recently we know that she's had her crouch medium kick nerfed, and her damage her health just really lowered to a significant standard where suddenly she bleeds way more than she used to. And if you aren't paying attention, you can find yourself on the losing end of a round before you know it.
Oh, exactly. And honestly, I think if I had to give the edge too, I think it is towards Muck as well, just from a sheer momentum standpoint. Last month, he did this incredible losers run that he only ended up getting knocked out by his training partner, Super Friends.
Yeah.
And today, he had a fantastic showing against Ceroblast. Now, as you see, it is kind of the White Gun Classic starting out here. Great offense. He's got the control on the corner here. The Muck has actually usually done a great job of adapting in the past. So it's really going to be down to just simply, can he stop this? You guys just got to see in full display what White Gun can do.
Yeah. And that is a Cammy round. That happens sometimes. So I hope Muck doesn't take that too personally, just understands that, you know, with a couple changes that don't even have to be particularly big, that could go differently. But right now, it is not looking like that's the case. He hasn't been able to stop any air approach. He's just letting her dash for free and eats another stun. This is potentially going to be a guess for game situation here. All right, what is it going to be? If he guesses wrong, that is it. Followed up with the EXDP and the perfect. The 7 golden letters to grace your screen. That was a quick first game for White Gun.
Oh, exactly. And I think this is going exactly like kind of how we expected as well. As you highlighted, it's going to be momentum. Both these players, when they get the hit, they're so good at turning it more, and they're very active on defense. Muck actually was probably the least active on defense I've ever seen him before in his match against Sarah, which is a great adaptation to see. But actually, I would love to see him go back to that more active style, because White Gun is going to commit to options a lot of the time. And we're going to see a lot from either side here. So now we're going to see Muck kind of on the offensive there. He benefits a little bit too much, and he overcommits. But We are going to see the momentum kind of swing back and forth between these two. And whichever one has the advantage is going to turn it into a lot more until the other one kind of does something very aggressive on defense, which we just saw from Wycombe there. Veer versus out of the corner, gets the dive kick, but now Muck gets out. And yeah, this is the action we want to see. This is what turned commentators into auctioneers. And then Muck has control of the corner here, gets the bait.
So much damage. Look at this. Not going to be able to stun. Not quite yet. Oh no, got to the other side of the corner. No EXDP, and the overhead does it. He brings it out. There is the first instance we have seen that during this set. Wycombe is going to have to pay attention. You cannot be asleep at the wheel.
Oh, definitely. As you got to say, that's what happens when oh, he baits out the DP too. Just great uses of Blanca's tools to bait them out. We saw how he was able to do it against Ceroblast earlier, and so much damage starts it off. Muck just trying to, he's baiting everything out. He's doing such a good job of making sure he recovers in time, and Wycombe is unfortunately eating into these. Great trade. One more hit away from stun, but Wycombe backs off. He's probably going to be able to get the stun off. We hear the trade. No, that kept the stun meter up. Fantastic play from Muck here, and he's tied up the set. 1-1 apiece. And this is what I wanted. It's just back and forth. And if this keeps going, I think Wycombe is actually going to have full momentum in the next round. Where it's going to like just get on the teeter-totter.
Yep, just absolutely, you know, both these guys playing racquetball with, you know, with the momentum here, with who is running the offense, who is just absolutely controlling the pace. But I do have to say, the way that Muck was able to adjust there and change up his movement, the way that he was going around the screen was much harder for Wycombe to deal with. And again, it was something that I talked about. We saw that moment where he baited out the DP, and suddenly, because of Cammy's nerfed health, what normally might be, you know, a 40% combo was a 60% combo without even spending super. But right now, Muck is on the verge of getting stunned. He had to throw tech for his life. Now he uses the EX Rainbow just to get out of there and slides underneath. Doesn't have to deal with the EX dive kick. There's the activation here, and now the slide. A good chunk of damage, and more importantly, yes, he gets to stop that. That is one of the strongest benefits here. Gets the cross up and has the EXDP Wycombe.
Oh, he gets the trade? Oh, that went in his favor. Oh, we're looking at one more hit here. Oh, he just waits it out here. I think Muck was trying to go for the overhead hit there, but just delayed it a little bit too much.
I actually saw a crouching light kick from Cammy, so I think maybe he tried to do light DP and just didn't come out. Man, this is a good chunk of damage. All right, dash up. What's it going to be? Blocks it out here. Now we're back to neutral. Back dash away from Wycombe, and he tries the DP again. Look at all the damage.
Woo! Yeah, I know. It's just getting on. It's always just went for the overhead hit. This time he caught the jump. Fantastic options here from Muck to deal with so many things that Wycombe wants to use to get out of the corner. One more hit away from stun here, just trying to keep it up. Oh, he gets the DP off there. That's crucially going to get rid of stun as well, and only put kill on the field here. Oh, the trade that's not in the favor of Wycombe here. No,
okay.
EX block a ball. We're tied up 1-1. The switch of momentum has already decreased. It used to be games, but now we're going in between rounds.
Yeah, the adjustments are coming on the fly here, just as these players again have their bats gripped tight, and they are swinging for the fences time and time again. All right, and the big damage here. Look at this. A cool 40% life lead. Another EXDP. Wycombe is not afraid to let that fly and just tell him, get your damned hands off me.
Oh, exactly. Could not have put it better, but oh, Wycombe, great land there to get the hit. Just the dive kick coming in here. The ZX Scissor turns it around, but V-Shift. Oh, but great jump over from Wycombe.
This is so crazy.
Oh, and he's like one more hit away from
these guys wants to block.
Oh, just get the punish. Oh, nice punish from Wycombe. Ooh.
He's out of there, and now he just skates away to safety. He's got one more activation here left. Okay, and now the V trigger is gone, but he activated so early, he'll get another one, and he didn't actually block. All right.
He's having none of it. This active defense coming out. Oh, they're just trading back and forth. The life lead is exactly the same for each. Oh, gets the hit he needs, and that finishes it off, and Wycombe's taking our first lead of this set.
That frame trap was so good because in so many instances earlier in the game, and even in the set, Wycombe had gone for, you know, EXDP there, or not EXDP, EX dive kick. He had gone for dash up, and just using the forward heavy kick at that range meant that he was for sure going to stop whatever preemptive button Muck tried to go for, and it gave him the counter hit, which allowed him to get the proper combo to actually kill. Wycombe really converting there when it mattered most, optimizing that combo, and now he is up 2-1 here over Muck.
Exactly, looking very, very strong here, but Muck definitely not out of it. Is able to get the momentum when he needs it, but Wycombe actually just doing a great job of this active defense and also winning out on the neutral interactions.
Blocks it out that time. There's the back door, and this could turn south. There's a huge activation. Oh no, that should have been a block. If he did block, then he would have been able to punish it as -6. Unfortunately, commits to that. All right, he's still got a little bit of V-trigger left, but he gets clipped, and the back throw, and now the V-trigger is going to be... Oh, it actually gave him just enough that he was able to stop that air approach, but he doesn't block the V-reversal again.
Oh, he's out. Oh, he gets a trade. That's in the favor of Muck here. He's looking to get that hit, but no. Oh, but White did punish it. He got the cross up, though, and that's going to finish it off. Man, I was already sweating before this, but this is not helping.
Right? Yeah, things are getting really tense here, but Muck is finding himself at the end of the barrel, but eats a big jump in his White Gun, and now he's down 30% here, pushed with his back to the wall, and man, Muck clips him as he tries to get out of the corner here. You are staying there, my friend. You're not going to get out of here for free. Hold this. Has the EX reversal, but the V-trigger is there, ready to be activated. Blocks it. No, he gets clipped. Oh, no.
Oh no, he's sitting one hit away from stun here. Great break on the throw. Now he's used that to escape almost every single time. And honestly, if it keeps work, keep doing it. Oh, he gets the hit.
That's a lot of damage. Carry him to the corner.
He gets motor control here as well. Oh, he goes to the cross up and a White Gun. Just
whoa!
Just let it rip.
All right, how is he going to try and get this comeback? Oh no, that's right. Oh, he doesn't do the right punish.
Oh,
and he bets
not
it
doing
all.
The cross up.
Yes, he bets it all. That actually was not the right punish from White Gun. He could have punished that better, but he just, I don't know, he just flubbed it up in one of the most key moments. You do not want to, oh no.
Oh no.
He successfully techs there, but he's still not out of the woods yet. That is a huge life deficit. Muck is sitting a little more comfortable here. He's able to block this out, but he does get clipped. That was plus enough. He's able to frame trap him. No blocking there, and now he gets to maybe switch sides. Yep, and put him in the corner.
Oh, he charged it up. Oh,
okay,
great DP. Oh, that is the first moment of like bliss we've had for a little bit, or this is the least active these two have been this whole time. And White Gun does manage to find the hit in this very key moment, looking to take it more.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Muck, he just does it. He just believes.
Oh, that's a punish. Yeah, that's -6. Okay, this is looking so good for Muck here. He's gonna, by the end of the game, he will get another V-trigger. Forced attack there is White Gun. I believe that back throw would have killed. He drops
He's dead.
Oh no,
he's not dead. He's not dead. No. This is the last player you want to be in this situation against. One more hit on either side. Your V-ship back, and we're just looking at one more hit. Can they finish off White Gun on the dive? Can go finish it off. Muck, he's too eager to mash and gets hit by the crouching medium kick, and that is White Gun sending our underdog out of the tournament and is moving forward in the most high octane match we've had so far. All of them in bangers.
So crazy.
No one is just like
so crazy.
I'm just speechless. That was too much. That was too much for my poor brain.
Easily gone in Muck's favor, and we could be seeing a game 5, but just some spaghetti here and there. Both these players just not being able to just hold on to the bag, and they fumbled it. But ultimately, White Gun comes away the victor. He will move on, and Muck bows out. I believe he is in 7th place there.
Yes.
Just what a set. Oh my gosh. Again, Matcherino, please hit it up. Provide these players with some financial support, because they are giving us barn burner after barn burner, slugging it out, just not holding back at all, giving it their all. And that's actually another good point. We've only seen Luke once. In basically every other CPT World Warrior event you watch, you are going to see at least 2, maybe 3 Lukes. We've only seen 1 Luke. That being said, we are probably going to see it here. It is
I definitely think
versus Bumba Snuff. Do you think it'll be Luke versus Ken?
I'm pretty confident he's going to pull out the Ken here, because particularly with just like how Bumba Snuff plays, we've seen it. He's very aggressive. He's very good at the rush down. But as I kind of highlighted with Noodle's play style earlier, he's good at defense. He's good at getting the blocks and finding those opportunities to, like, for one, get the hit, get him off of him, and then he just like kind of almost locks down neutral at that point. He understands how he's going to approach, and I think he can do that a lot better with Luke in this situation than he can do with Cammy, because it's almost trying to, if he plays Cammy, I think it's almost trying to beat Bumba at his own game. And we've seen how good Bumba is at it. So I think Noodle's playing more to his strengths here, and I really think that Luke is the pick here. Obviously, Luke's a really, really good character too, but I think this benefits his playstyle in this matchup a lot more.
I do have to say, you know, something that we have seen talked about and in display at Street Fighter League, and it's actually become a little more popular topic in the online Twitter sphere. A lot of people seem to think on PC, Ken beats Luke. He has this option with, you know, stand medium kick as well as medium punch, that he gets to stuff fireballs at range that Luke likes to typically throw them. And with PC reactions, you can actually confirm that. But right now it seems to not even matter. He's baiting out the DP. Abe, oh, okay, you let him live? Okay, closes it out with the fire, or with the forward throw. That was maybe, you know, a little bit of miscalculation from Noodle there. Nevertheless, he takes the first round. And we'll have to see if Bumba Stuff can actually shore things up here. Gets a crazy mix up there, actually stays in front, spends the EX meter, puts him all the way into the corner, more Oki, and dashing immediately is Noodle trying to take his spot back.
Oh, definitely gets the counter hit as well. And yeah, we just see on how the Noodle is very good at just actively controlling this neutral range and just kind of stuffing Bumba from getting anything started. And I think that is, yeah, why the Luke is just going to look so strong here. And he's playing it to a key. Oh, but gets the jump into no. Great awareness here from Noodle. Finds the mistake. And you see how good he's at punishing that. Now we're just set at this range where Bumba has to work so hard to get in. Or Noodle's just going to triple dash in his face. But great blocks coming out here.
Close to finding the right time to jump there, but no such luck. Bumba Stuff bets. I don't know if either he did bet at all on the DP through a fireball, or maybe tried to do a fireball and just got a misinput there. But Noodle is obviously going to punish that, able to close it out there, and he takes the first game convincingly. If I have to be quite honest.
That can be a very tricky thing about playing against Noodle as well, because it looks like he is like very, very active. Like he's throwing out these neutral pokes, he's trying to poke you out of things and just kind of control the space with very active gameplay. Actually very similar to what we see from Super Friends. But the minute you try to like, you know, just punish for him, beat him out of it, that's the minute he just doesn't press. And we saw it in like the 2 DP opportunities here. Bumba was going for the hard read. Both times Noodle just stayed tight because you really see it. He's only pressing the buttons at that close range to get the hit. He's not just kind of matching them out willy-nilly, even though it might look like it a bit. So it's very, very good, just neutral gameplay.
Sure. All right, there's a forward throw from Bumba Snuff here. He's got a life lead, and actually able to, the last hit does stun him. He's not going to be able to kill here. Is he going to spend EX? You know what? Honestly, I respect it. Ken can play a little more loosey-goosey in that situation. He's got, you know, 1,000 or 1025 life. I can't quite remember. But nevertheless, he's not going to die in 2 combos like most characters to lose. But that being said, spending the meter there, I have to wonder if maybe it's going to be the best choice. I don't disagree with it, but it could maybe come back to haunt him.
Yeah, just a little bit here. Now we saw Noodle has managed to take control of the corner here, using his meter to keep Bumba locked down. But Bumba is able to get the stun off, which is huge here, so won't be really at risk of that later on. You know, the throw comes out, and now Noodle is just kind of... You see just how good he is at controlling the zone. He's making Bumba go for an option. And it's usually coming out in Noodle's favor here, but actually Bumba is able to escape using the V-trigger fireballs. Great keep out game, playing that classic Street Fighter style, baits out the throw. And we've seen how strong Bumba's here. He's made so many...
Oh, that actually switched sides?
Oh my god, that was so sick, and he's one more hit away. Oh, he was looking for that whip punch. Didn't get it. Great approach here. And we see the momentum train that is Bumba is actually managing to crack Noodle's defense. And it's beautiful to see. And I looked at the stats.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Bumba has won this. They've only played once, but he won it 3-0.
Oh, that's free.
On paper,
that's convincing.
I was like, you know, maybe Noodle a little bit more favored, but no, the history speaks for itself. So I think Bumba will be that person to find that kind of, you know, that little chink in Noodle's armor and just kind of break him down.
Well, Ken is that type of character. He's very easy to fluster you. Oh no, misconfirmed. This is a ton of damage. Heavy up. Oh, EX. Get the extra damage. And the back throw will kill. Of course, the backdash. It had to be either backdash or throw tech. He was not going to let the stun happen here. And now he gets the chance to control the pace here. There's the activation. Yes, absolutely throw him. Don't let him even get you off. That's something you have to do against Ken, right? His V reversal is so fast compared to most characters that you can't like try it. Some characters you can actually get like a neutral jump punish or something. But against Ken, you absolutely cannot. So if you can throw him, take it. And the DP, I love the awareness there from Noodle. But the crouching heavy punch right back at you. Bumba Stuff with his eyes wide open, able to recognize he can hold crouch heavy punch there, and you are getting clipped. That reaches all the way to the sky.
Oh yeah, Bumba playing incredibly well. The defense has actually been really short up here, and when he is able to get his offensive timings, he's just turning it into so much, which is what you have to do against a player like Noodle. Oh, but Noodle baits out the DP here. Great, just dashes.
Look at the red. Look at the damage. That wasn't even close to being optimal. He could have done probably another 150 damage there, even without spending meter. But nevertheless, he is still on the verge of stunning Bumba Stuff. He mashes, but he does not get the Tatsu follow-up. Able to kill here without spending any meter. Noodle taking that round, and now we are all tied up. It is absolutely 1-1 love if we are talking tennis, my friends.
Oh, exactly. And I think a lot of that round came down to, it was more like Bumba making mistakes, I think, than Noodle just like raw controlling it. There's a lot of Tatsus, there's a lot of DPs that really shouldn't have come out. But I mean, that does bode well for Bumba. If it's really his mistakes that were coming out, as long as he can shore those up, I think we might actually be able to see him take a round here pretty convincingly.
Oh man, and there is just such a strong neutral conversion tool is that stand medium punch into the target combo. Such a strong option from Luke, just very universal, works in every situation. Now look at the damage here. A cool 30%. Stun at about 70, 85, almost 90. And Bumblestuff has to be careful. He's looking for an activation point, but I don't know if Noodle's going to give it to him.
No, he's not. He's kind of just playing his neutral. Oh, you see, he just finds that approach, and he's just so good at calling out the timing of Bumba there. And a great approach. Yeah, because as you said, Bumba was looking for that activation. Noodle capitalized on that situation, found the dash in, and just beautifully brought it into another round, and does take the lead in our series here. But as the commentators love to generically say, it could really go either way, because it's just down to, like, I think Bumba was mostly losing off his mistakes there, as opposed to, like, kind of his game plan, what he was doing. I think he can go forward with it. He just has to, as dumb as it sounds, makes a little bit better reads and kind of carries offense forward a little bit more.
Oh man, he was very lucky that he did not get punished for that misconfirm on the Tatsu there. And now he has actually the better part of the screen control, pushing past that red line in the middle, but the back throw switches it up. Noodle here, a huge plus frame on that charged back heavy punch. Or the charged heavy knuckle, excuse me. They're not able to get anything followed up. Didn't want to risk, maybe dropping a DP or something, but he's still in such a strong position. Bumblestuff has his back to the wall, quite literally. How is he going to make this comeback?
He does have the meter if he can land the hit, but it's looking like dire straits here, using the fireballs to kind of bully his way slowly out of the corner. But you see Noodle is just great movement. He's slowly taking back the corner, great V reversal, and he's took back the situation that Bumba had to use resources to get out of.
Oh, and the overhead. That's the first time I think actually I've ever seen Noodle do that. And I've commentated 3 of these tournaments so far. So he's pulling it out in the 11th hour when it matters most, when Capcom Cup, not Canada Cup. Maybe it's going to be called Canada Cup after this. When
True.
Capcom Cup is on the line, my man is willing to do it, and you are, dead in the water if you're holding down back.
Oh, exactly. But yeah, Bumba, unfortunately, another DP there. Doesn't quite get the call out he wants. And then we've seen how dangerous Noodle can be at this corner. He's just kept him locked down, and Bumba needs this. His tournament life is on the line. The stun is going to come down. And yeah, I think he can kill off of this, because Luke does a small portion of damage, and that'll be Noodle knocking Bumba out. It's Noodle coming out of 7th seed, and he's sending the 6th seed on. So the one right above him. And historically, Bumba won this 3-0.
Yeah.
So Noodle's completely flipped the page. He's sent basically his bracket rival out, and he's moved on to play Lowinator in losers quarterfinals.
He studied the matchup. He did his homework. He recognized how he had to change things up from the recent encounter they had. And one might even say that he was using his Noodle. He moves on. And just like that, we are going to be going back up to the winner's side. It's going to be Ceroblast versus Morty whenever we get these players in here.
I mean, speaking of bad puns, the amount that I had to hold back to say, wow, he really slapped him with his Noodle was like way too high. Whenever he would fireball him, I'm like, yeah, I can't say that. That's not funny, but it's okay. The bar's been lowered down. Right. We're good to go.
I got you, dude. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now, or actually, wait, is this? Yeah, it is going to be Ceroblast versus Morty, right?
I think so, or we might be going on to Super Friends versus White Gun. I think that's what I see down there, because Super Friends actually has a Kira pick. Yeah, so I think we're moving on to Super Friends versus White Gun. I imagine we're going to do the classic. We get up to loser semis, then we jump back up to winners, is my guess.
It's weird because this is top 8, but like everybody starts in winners. So excuse me, forgive me, guys. Since we do have a minute, again, I'm going to remind you guys about the Match Reno. ! Match Reno gives you a link to that Match Reno for this event. What are we at, actually? I think last I saw it was like
I think we're at like $15-ish. It
was like 15 or $20, lower than it should be. And more importantly,
19 though.
More importantly, we don't have all the codes used up. That is the real problem. That is literally free money. All you guys need to do is click that claim code button, and it's going to have you sign into some social media account. You can use literally anything. Twitter, your Google account, YouTube account, Facebook, whatever it is. You can sign in with anything and use the claim code button to give literally a free 25 cents to these players. We want to make sure that they feel like they are getting something back for this amazing show they're putting on. We have seen time and time and time again, these players are wearing the heaviest gloves they can, and they are throwing haymakers, they're throwing bombs, and we are getting an absolute fireworks show of a match time and time again. So please continue to support them, do the sponsor quest, contribute directly if you've got it in you. Anything and everything helps, because we want to make sure these players feel rewarded. Thank you for all the support so far, and continue to do that, please.
I definitely saw one of you claim those codes. Good on you. Keep that up. Keep that up.
I'm going to keep harassing you until we use all the codes, and even then, I'm not done. We still got probably another hour of this broadcast left. But before we do that, we are talking about White Gun versus Super Friends. Now, this is a match I actually think Ryu wins. Ryu gets to deal with, so he hits like a truck. 2, he's got one of the best low forwards in the game. And 3, compared to other characters, he has so many different ways to deal with her dive kicks. He can parry them on reaction, or he can DP if she's just jumping regularly. She has to really think about it because her health has been lowered so much, and Ryu hits so damn hard. My man is carrying around a sledgehammer, and he is not reserved.
Oh, he's not afraid to use them. We've seen that Super Friends can be very good about locking down these aerial approaches from White Gun. The White Gun actually going for a more grounded-based approach there, finishes off with the throws and kind of, preys upon the passiveness that Super Friends is kind of showing on defense there. Ooh, great kick confirmed just off the start there, though.
Yeah, I will say that you do not win this matchup by walking right into that stand fierce, though. That's a good chunk of damage in a corner carry, my friend. But now we're getting back to this traditional fireball game. Now, yeah, we did see him start to try and, pull it back a little bit as she had meter, so she's going to be able to reaction EX drill through them. But now there's no meter left. He's being a little more liberal, throwing these fireballs. A good hit confirm on that low forward, and now he's got the corner control. You can see she's being careful not to be reversal. Obviously, it's going to be a big punish. He just blocks that out, and now again, has to be careful. Oh no, actually gets flipped with the last bit of the dive kick. Now she'll likely get another V-trigger before the round is over.
Yeah, no, and definitely has access to a lot of meter here as well to go free extra activations, but no, the V-trigger is out here, and we've seen how good Super Friends can be with it. But no, a great read from White Gun. He's doing such a good job of piloting around that fireball game, and that will propel him into the first win here. Now, of course, I like stats cuts. I looked them up again, and actually, historically in this matchup, Super Friends has taken it in the last 2 of these played. These 2 played twice in October. Super Friends took it both times. And also, as I highlighted on the leaderboard earlier, Super Friends actually took White Gun's spot.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a grudge match between White Gun ascertaining that, no, that's my spot. I belong up there. There's a reason I made top 8 so much. Or like Super Friends kind of completing that training arc. And so far it is White Gun kind of coming out early on, but we see Super Friends has made the adaptations he kind of needs to get control of this corner and stop that aerial game that White Gun's been able to bully him with.
Yeah, so far, okay, he didn't leave. He's able to get the forward throw anyways. But something I want Super Friends to take note of that I'm noticing here, in this matchup, White Gun is not quick to use V-reversal at all. He is willing to just take all the pressure. He's willing to, take throws. He's willing to hold stagger pressure. So abuse that. Oh man, that was supposed to be a crosscut DP. Gets the counter, the crouch medium punch anyways. Now we finally see a throw tech here, able to actually get over the fireball with the dive kick, but but White Gun is not out of the woods yet. With his back to the wall, Ryu gets to sit comfortable, throw fireballs, and baits this. Look at all this damage.
Oh no! Combo. That's so unfortunate too, because he was doing such a great job of controlling the corner now. Now back throw is a lot of damage, but the whistle was confirmed too. Oh, he's in dire straits. This is not where you want White Gun to be. He's got all the resources he needs to do this absolute gigantic comeback. No, he lifts on the combo. That's what he needs to finish it off. Activation. He can just chip. Doesn't even need it. Finishes off the crouching medium punch, and that is Super Friends. Actually, I think that was checkmate because he could have just went straight to Super, right?
Yes, yeah, he could have killed, but more importantly, we saw right there before the comeback from Super Friends, White Gun got the hit with the crouching medium punch and then immediately went for a dive kick. He didn't believe. He wasn't looking for a confirm. From that range, he could have done crouching medium punch, stand medium punch, but he was just betting it that it was going to be blocked and then immediately going for the dive kick afterwards. That's legitimately why he lost. He has to be a little more confident in his ability to see these buttons hit and capitalize on them.
Yeah, that kind of begs the question of maybe Super Friends has kind of got in his head because he's doing a great job of just DPing these anti-airs. Really, actually, surprisingly, White Gun is mostly getting his hit on the ground, which is kind of the opposite of what we've seen in the previous matchups we've seen of him. So it's kind of down to can Super Friends kind of lock him down, but it is curious to see White Gun kind of play in this way. He's doing a great job of it, but this is definitely abnormal for what he is, and actually it's coming to great effect here. The Super Friends clearly prepped for the other, and White Gun's flipped out the other side we all weren't ready for. He took off the mask.
I have to say, the very obvious thing that White Gun is seeing here in this matchup, he is recognizing the reliance that Super Friend's hand has on his sweep as a whiff punish tool. Ryu's sweep is very good, great range, gives great Oki afterwards, and he is baiting it out so many times and going for dive kick, whether it's V-trigger dive kick, EX dive kick, whatever it is, using something to catch that when we see either the range that Super Friends likes to use it at, or he is, doing it preemptively. But man, it doesn't even matter right now. A big chunk of damage, and the next interaction will kill.
Okay, but
There's
White
the
Gun's so good at keeping the momentum on here. Can he turn this into a full comeback? Has controlled the corner here, but Super Friends is playing tight, looking for his opportunity. Activation comes down and pressure is in his favor. But White Gun has the meter, has the resources, really can kind of just maybe seal the deal if he can get one more hit. No, whip on the dive kick and a DP from Super Friends.
I will be honest, I think the difference in this match is Super Friends, the range that he is using backdash. He is recognizing the patterns and just the way that White Gun likes to start up his offense and the way that he likes to mix up his neutral approach. And he's backdashing in these key positions that is giving him the ability to DP with dive kicks, and it's winning him rounds, it's winning him games. White Gun really has to recognize that and change things up. He has to change up the way that he's actually trying to harass with his dive kicks. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
That's it. Super Friends, like, when he gets White Gun locked in the corner, and this is very rare too, he's able to just keep him there. He locks him down. He's knocking him out almost anything. Because White Gun, like I've talked about Mortzy being crafty getting in the corner, but White Gun is traditionally the dude that just does not get locked down in the corner throughout Canada West. And Super Friends is kind of like, he's what the Patriot. He's keeping him locked down. He's turned the corner into a win condition, which is not something you can do against White Gun very easily.
Yeah, and more importantly, he's also not getting dissuaded by the air approach. You know, it's really easy against Cammy, especially White Gun, as we have seen that, you know, this dude just ramps it up and just turns on the nitrous. He's never willing to back down. But it's really easy to feel like I can't stop this person from jumping. You know, they're just hitting me time and time again. It's so frustrating. You know, I'm just gonna DP random. I'm gonna try and do anything. He's not getting dissuaded. He's not getting flustered. And with Ryu, you know, you hit so hard that you're gonna come out on the better end of that.
Yeah, no, you can definitely like afford to just like take a little bit of chip hits or like the occasional situation not in your favor, because as we've shown, he does a ton of damage, and Super Friends knows how to optimize his combos. He knows how to get his damage, and he's proving it right here.
Bro,
that was
so
gorgeous.
So much damage. That EX donkey kick allows for so much maximization there that really lays on the hurt if somebody missteps even just a bit. And now White Gun has found himself at the end of his rope, maybe going to lose 3-1 to Super Friends and be out of the tournament. He started off in winners.
I know he started off.
I guess everybody started off.
Well, I guess everybody did, but he did technically start. Like he had much higher placing in almost all the previous brackets. He was definitely the favorite on paper coming in here, but Super Friends played so incredibly well. Oh no, this might be the throw. This is not what you want to see. White Gun had the game in his hands, and Super Friends has all the meter, all the resources in the world, and you just gave him the punish on a silver platter. He goes to whip it out, but doesn't quite get it. Great a dash forward from White Gun, and he wins out in that scramble situation. But that was almost a tragic throw.
I have to wonder. He's using V-Trigger 1. If he had gone into Super there, would he? I think he might have been able to stun and maybe kill. I don't know. I would have to have, you know, we need to get Javits on the case. He is the lab monster, the technician that can maximize and squeeze out every last drop in those situations. But man, that could have maybe turned things around. He's still sitting pretty. He's still in a great spot. He's got a ton of meter, a great life lead here. He's one round away, forcing White Gun to use that EXCP there just to try and get something. And here's the big crush counter. This is how it starts.
And a setup to, he just goes empty jump low. One more hit away from stun here. Great throw break from White Gun. I think he's just looking to punish a fireball. That's what he, main thing. He gets the hit on there. And he could have had control of the corner there, but a bit of a whip combo there, but he still has the resources. Getting so much damage one more direction. Great back throw. And White Gun has tied it up. The offensive flurry there managed to crack through Super Friends defense. And we're looking at tied 2-2 apiece between our 3rd and 4th seed.
How interesting that there was another situation where he had a confirm that could have gone into the V-Trigger drill, and I don't think it would have quite killed, but it would have put him in a guess for game situation. But his predilection to go for the reset into the V-Trigger dive kick was able to actually secure him that round when it mattered most and get the comeback here, and now we're tied up at 2 games apiece. A little more pressure put on Super Friends here to try and close this out.
And definitely, that trade really went in the favor of White Gun there. He both has a position and a life lead still, but the counter on the sweep here. This is where Super Friends kind of wants to be. He's playing around this range. White Gun is just looking for his way in. Great jump out here from Super Friends, and we reset back to neutral. DP.
A little early, so he did miss out on some damage, but the more important thing, right, obviously, that he's not having to hold the mix-up. He doesn't let him get in, doesn't take any damage, but he's still at a life deficit here, and you want this first round to go in your favor to try and close this out. Mixing up his fireball timings here, making it hard for him to get it. But there's the activation of the crouch fierce, and he just puts himself back in the corner. He was so smart.
He knew he was going to go for the cross up here, but no, he didn't manage to capitalize on it. And White Gun finds his opportunity and just gets out of there with an absolute steal.
He is getting so much mileage out of the reads on these V-trigger timings. He's going for the V-trigger dive kick when he knows that Super Friends wants to try and use the crouching medium kick preemptively or the sweep preemptively. And he's clipping the recovery and just able to take it to the bank. Super Friends really has to shore up and figure out a better approach here and just maybe lay on the pressure a little heavier, but it's not being easy on the side of White Gun. He's making it hard.
Yeah, no one can. I mean, Super Friends he's also losing in the corner too, where traditionally he was kind of able to keep White Gun locked down. He's kind of suffering here a bit. Now he has turned this around. He's gonna get the no, didn't quite get the stun. Oh, this is very scary. Oh, he gets the hit. Oh my god, we did confirm it into more. Oh, what a tragic drop, and he does get control of the corner here, but no, he doesn't get more on the counter hit. Activation comes down, back throw, and Super Friends tied it up, and we are 1 round away. We stop having sets this darn close, man. I'm sitting here, I'm drenched in sweat. I just hit my microphone. It's just too crazy.
All right, backing off there, and there again, another hit confirm. He's really been on point with those. I appreciate that, like, even in the moments when he messes them up and he gets punished for it, he still keeps trying. A lot of players, myself included, it's actually a big problem I have. If I screw that up, I like really get scared. I don't go for it again. But he recognizes you can't just drop that option on the table. And now I love that, the jump short to just get out of there. And okay, he does get put back in the corner here, but he's still doing okay.
Oh, White Gun's in control here. He gets his hit. He gets the reset. Oh, but he got the throw. That was so important. Super Friends when I control the corner. One more throw. One more throw. That's it. Oh, he gets the hit out. And Super Friends, he needs a comeback. His tournament life is on the line. This will be Saskatchewan getting knocked out of the tournament if he does go down here. And he's looking for the hit, trying to keep the pressure on. Cross
look at the DP. That's
so much confidence, damage. And this is where he shines. This is where Super Friends looks so good. Well, White Gun, the master of offense. So he's getting the blocks. One more hit. Oh, he gets the activation. Donkey kick, sorry, and Super Friends on the most unfortunate drop of my life. He's out of the tournament. White Gun capitalized on the mistake and is going forward and knocks Saskatchewan out. But man, what a heartbreaker.
Dude, my heart is so heavy right now. That was such an opportunity that just fell short. Super Friends had it in his grasp, and just that execution error came out. White Gun honed in on that like a hawk and took that in the key moment. He will move on, eliminating Super Friends from the bracket. What a set. You talked about it, John. Like, my heart cannot take these matches. They have been so close. They have been so just back and forth, right down to the very last second, the very last hit. It seems like it's been every single one except for maybe one of them. I think we did have the 3-0, right? But outside of that, it has just been crazy, just madness.
Crazy. Like, the amount of like final rounds we've had is like just unprecedented. And I mean, I was talking about earlier, like from like third down of this bracket has just been back and forth the entire time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have asked for better finals to demonstrate that. Every single match has been so close. Even our first seed versus our 8th was like a way closer matchup than I had any right being. This is amazing. And speaking of amazing, we're moving on to Lowinator versus Noodle. Now I must highlight, there's only one Prairie province left. Lowinator, the lone representative of the second representative of Manitoba. Everyone else here is from BC. It's been British Columbia wiping most of the tournaments, most of the time for World Warrior.
Yeah.
Lowinator is the final remaining soldier. Not only is he, like, I think the biggest dark horse here, he's now representing the entire of the Prairie province on his back. No pressure, buddy. No pressure.
No pressure, dude.
No pressure.
You are just the hopes and dreams of this province, hoping to secure their spot and prove that they are the ones who deserve to be playing against the world's finest in Capcom Cup. Again, this is the regional finals, top 8 for Canada West here of the CPT World Warrior event. And I'm Mr. Mistopheles, joined by none other than John Batman Hat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. You guys can hear in our voices, we are getting hyped. This is no like, we're not putting on a show. We're not playing it up. These matches are crazy exciting. You guys are here. We've got 250 you in the bracket, or I'm sorry, in the stream watching. Please continue to get out the word. Let the people know they need to be supporting Match Arena, hitting it up, using the codes, because we are not done yet. We're just getting to the good part. I promise you.
Exactly. We're going to see a lot of just great matches from here on. But of course, we have an absolute banger in front of us between Noodle and Lowinator.
Right, look at this. So much damage. The corner control here. There is the shimmy, the stun to do it. Keep your hands to yourself. This is a PSA. You are not allowed to reach unless you want me to teach. Lowinator takes the first round.
Fantastic play here so far. Oh, and actually, I was going to look up the stats for cool stuff, but this is the first time these two have played in World Warrior.
Oh, fun. And this is such an important moment, too. Yeah. If you lose here, you're out.
You're out. This is tournament life on the line between these two. Lowinator sitting up in the 5th seed.
What a
Noodle, who's up in the 7th. So what an upset to be for Noodle to get back in here, but Lowinator looking so strong, so far. Oh, oh, that was dirty. That was so dirty.
Said, get your ankles broken. I am doing this and one mixtape. Sit back and watch, because I am about to put on a hell of a show. He left, right. He didn't know what was coming. Luke, I don't care if you're a Zoomer. Those reactions are not that good, my friend.
Woo.
Round 1.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, that was, I got hit. Chat, you got hit. I don't care what you say. If you try and say otherwise, you are lying through your teeth. You got clipped. Lowinator bringing out the dirty stuff in the 11th hour.
Exactly, but no, Noodle managing to find his hit here early on. As we highlighted earlier, he's very good at kind of just controlling the space with his neutral buttons and finding an opportunity. But actually, I think what's been interesting in this bracket is I've highlighted Noodle's defense just being almost like a crackable in a lot of cases.
Sure.
So many people have been able to get through it in here, but you see, he's blocking, he's doing a great job. He finds his opportunity. This is the Noodle that I've come and paid my fine ticket that I did not pay for. I'm actually getting paid to see. But of course, the minute, oh my God, he blocks the DP coming down, and Lowinator going to get a beautiful punish.
Are on point. The plot armor is too thick. It is made out of vibranium. Lowinator just seems to have every answer, whether it's a mix-up, whether it's a bait on the EXDP. He is just in his head. And look at this. There's the crush counter knockdown. And he stays in front that time. What was I talking about? The mix-ups are on point.
Oh my
and he
God.
catches him with the
Stop. He has a family. He has people. He has to get a ferry to get to locals. You can't just do it to this guy.
Look at the damage.
Oh my God, he finds his hit though to get it. Maybe Noodle can play it back here, but no. Just great crouching light kick there from Lowinator.
He was worried about the EXDP. He was in Old Zeku. He had to actually respect it. And Lowinator is like, I got you, bro. You're not watching your toes. You're not watching. Look, Luke has Barry. His feet are out. His feet are out. He doesn't even have Crocs on. He doesn't have on combat boots. They are ready to be stomped on.
Oh, man, what's just beautiful player from Lowinator. Like, it's so clear that he studied his bracket. He looks so prepared for all these matchups. The only one where he looked a little infallible was against Blast, but that's literally your tournament favorite. And one that like almost everyone has a losing record against. So just to show that he's done his homework and he's gone through that training arc that we can just keep talking about, it's just so great to see. But as the caster curse works, he's in the corner. He's getting rushed down and Noodle is on the board.
Exactly. We can't count him out. This is Noodle. This is Luke. This character we know has a very broad back, can carry even the best players to victory. Is Lowinator going to be able to shore this up here, get this win? Oh, I love that low forward. The check on the shimmy. I know that you're going to try that. And look at the crush counter, recognizing the spacing, able to...
Nice V-shift though.
Yep, that V-shift did come in handy. Oh, what a punish. This is huge damage. Oh, no,
oh, no! Oh, he put himself in the corner. Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty.
Yep.
Oh, Noodle coming back here with a vengeance. As we were highlighting, when he can find his opportunity, so good at just shutting down the game. A couple of unfortunate drops there, but he stayed solid. He found opportunities to turn it around. And just a great game player from Noodle. Did not go out early, does not want to get 3-0'd. Has had enough of those today.
Yeah.
And we are looking at a potential comeback here if he can keep this up.
All right, that is the first of maybe many. We'll see if Noodle can actually bring things back here, claw it back from the very edge of defeat. But Lowinator is going to try and prove a different story. You know, again, has been just one of the fan favorites throughout this entire World Warrior series. And just playing out of his mind, the training arc is real. The shonen plot armor seems to be pulling through time and time again. I love that down buffer and the medium punch. Such an important tool for young Zeku to have. You need to make sure you've got that on deck, and he has shown it time and time again. But Noodle is not backing down without a fight. There is the stun, and he is going to get... Oh, actually, no back throw. No back throw from maximum meter game, but that's okay. A win is a win is a win is a win. One round on the board. Slowly but surely, he's trying to tie this up, maybe at 2 games apiece.
Yeah, no, oh, he kind of stuffed on the anti there. Noodle's getting a lot of just free jump-ins. Oh, he baits out the DP here. Odo might be flustering him a bit. Noodle is just working this momentum so far on. Oh my God, he's one hit off a throw already. Oh, and the DP, he bets it all. That was so risky, but it works out. Lowinator manages to get himself locked out of the corner. We turns the situation around, but wasn't quite able to capitalize on it. And now Noodle looking pretty comfortable here back at full screen, but the slide. Oh, the throw. Can Lonator keep this up? Activation. He's looking. It's oh my
the side
god!
switch,
What a
that was so
punish
sick.
on the landing frame. So he doesn't quite get what he wants.
But the
only
scramble
reversal.
situation proved fortuitous for Loanator. Noodle wasn't ready for what was going on, and V reversal what was a guaranteed punish, maybe a guaranteed win on the round. And look at this, it is tense, it is scrambly. Who is making breakfast?
Oh, he got the hit.
Loanator, proving he is the chef in the kitchen. He can handle the heat. He's got the protective gear. He is not afraid to get burned.
Bro, I can't handle the heat. These matches are too much, man. I'm sitting here. I'm drenched. Stop being so close. Ooh.
Another EXDP. Oh, not able to get the punish there. The jump in,
DP.
eats the DP. But you know what? That's not a bad spot because now he doesn't have meter. Oh man, now that was a good adaptation. We haven't seen that from Noodle all tournament. He has not used that jump medium punch in these moments where maybe he's struggling to anti-air. But he brings it out there, gets a good chunk of damage. Now V-Trigger is active, goes for this laid down medium punch, is Loanator, no such luck. There's the forward throw. Got V-Trigger active, waste it there, and now he'll be able to build another V-Trigger before the end of the set, hopefully.
Yeah, Noodle does have access to V-Trigger online if he wants to use it. There we go, the activation comes out, but oh my god, Loanator challenge in that situation. He's dead! What's up? So dirty! So dirty! Oh my god, he walks in, he just robs him blind. He's like, no, give me all your cash, give me your spot in the tournament. He knocks Noodle out, and he's moving on to loser semifinals to play against White Gun and keep the Prairie Provinces alive. It's a full bloodfest of 3 VC people up there and the one remaining Manitoba member, and it's the dark horse, Loanator himself.
Bro, Loanator is playing so well. He is just proving time and time and time again that he is absolutely supposed to be taken seriously. He is the lone Zeku representative. He is, and again, I almost hate even bringing it up, but I think it's important because a lot of viewers, a lot of players have this misconception that ranked really means anything. Other than providing you with a pretty badge and people that are streaming tend to like watching it, it doesn't mean a damn thing. He is Super Diamond, and he is hanging with these Grandmasters, these Masters, these Ultimate Grandmasters, and even Warlords. He is not done yet. He is clawing and just pulling his way through the muck here. No pun intended. To try and get his revenge against Ceroblast, but he is not quite on board.
No, but it looks
Ceroblast versus Morty is coming up next.
And this is the Battle of BC. As we've highlighted, kind of the 2 top players in this region fairly consistently. Ceroblast on top, and it's usually Morty close behind. But in the entirety of World Warrior, Morty has not been able to beat Ceroblast. It's been 3-0s, it's been rushes, it's been full resets coming out of losers, it's been many things like that. And it's kind of down to, yeah, Morty is incredibly such a unique player. He's able to play Fang to such a degree, but he's just never been able to get over this demon, Ceroblast. And I mean, this whole tournament is kind of like who can beat Ceroblast. But if anybody has that riding on them the most, it's Morty here. This is his chance to prove he's #1 in Canada West and punch his ticket into grand finals here.
Now we do have to acknowledge, right, that at this level, this is where the character matchup starts to matter more. Both these players are probably pretty evenly skilled, maybe a slight advantage for Ceroblast, but there's not a big difference. However, this matchup between these 2 characters on paper is dog water for Fong. Fong gets his ass beat by Ken. Especially with the buffs that he has received over this past couple patches, it has become even harder for Fong to try and keep Ken off, and on top of that, you just get better Oki, you get more damage, more consistent punishes. So Fong is really going to have to try and pull out all the tricks, all the ancient tech to try and get Ceroblast off of him, but I don't even know if it's going to matter.
Oh yeah, you've seen that Morty is actually like 1 out, I think, of more interactions overall, but that damage difference that Ken is able to put down is just coming to fruition here. Ceroblast hasn't even like really spent meter here. I mean, obviously happens right there, but didn't offer more. Probably could have killed off with a different confirm there. But great pressure on the corner here. Block on the overhead. Fantastic here from Morty. 1 more interaction is all he needs, but no, the V-shift into the crouching light kick. Finishes it off.
Now, there is an instance where this is coming down to high-level play, because in that opportunity, if you're going for the meaty throw, you saw Ceroblast went for the V-shift. If you go for a meaty throw, V-shift, there is almost always going to be an option select that you can do to catch that, and Morty just wasn't prepared. I hope he's able to make that adjustment and turn things around, otherwise Ceroblast is going to run away with this. She is prepared for those situations, and especially to even notice whether or not that you have punished it.
Exactly. But oh, actually, Morty doing a fantastic job. Gets the stun as well. That doesn't quite have enough meter to kill here, but the poison ticking down at the end of the combo here is going to put him at a great life lead. Oh, double activation here. Puts it all on the table, and that's Morty going to be able to finish it off with the DP punish. And looking very strong now.
Yeah. And only down 1 bar a meter, right? And we've seen, oh, I think she could have punished that with heavy DP, but I guess you don't want to risk it, right? Unless you are certain, you don't want to risk it because that's a huge punish, a ton of V-gauge gain for Fong, right? So I respect just dealing with it. That's okay. But a big life lead for Morty here. And oh, look at the stun too. The stun's racking up. Gets clipped again. And that's, okay, not able to get punished there from that range. The sleeves were safe.
He's keeping the stun on, though. I think this is like the key thing to note here. He's keeping the stun on here with just slight pokes. He's leaving it at one situation away from victory. Now, oh, and he ties it up again. Now, Cereblast has managed to get the meter down, I think, enough where it's not as relevant. Oh my god, this goes right in the DP here. And this is the offensive switch that is just turned on in Cereblast's head, and she's able to just snowball these into massive victory. She has meter. Gonna be able to CA in the middle of this combo. Yeah, she's not quite gonna kill her from scaling, but god,
she's gonna get the life lead, and she gets Oki. She gets Oki. A back throw will kill here.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yeah, there was the throw. 100% that was back throw 2 kill, and now Morty with the onus of trying to close this out and sealing the round that he should have won. No activation there. No counter hit conversion. Oh man, but close to building super. He can ship. If he gets the right V-trigger activation, he can ship. But you see, Cereblast is paying attention now, not giving it to him, playing at a range where she will get V-reversal. Oh man, this is tense. Oh, built it right at the end. I don't think she quite, I don't know, it's a weird situation. I think maybe she could have V-reversaled, but I wonder, would she have gotten clipped by the poison balls falling from the sky? Because activating from that position, I don't know if it actually would have knocked him down or he would have been above her. That was weird. A weird interaction that ultimately Morty gets the better of. But we take those. First game goes to him in a really tense fashion, right down to the wire.
Oh, exactly. And I think it's been great. I'm just going to highlight just how good Morty is controlling neutral in every single match he's had tonight. He's using Fong's just giant buttons to kind of just control almost every range. And like we seen against Noodle. Noodle's usually very good against playing into those matchups, and Morty had complete control. And now he's doing it Cereblast, which like, if you need a hint that your neutral is working, this is the time to see it. Now, obviously, Cero is great at finding those opportunities to get in and use Ken's just massive damage differential to take advantage. Back throw gets in the corner. And like Cereblast is coming out on top of these, but I think actually the neutral game is being very dominated by Morty with the long range pokes.
Yeah. Something I have noticed, though, I really respect and appreciate that Cereblast isn't really caring about the poison. Like, when he throws out the V-skill, he's, like, Cereblast is just, like, exactly, just like that dashing throw, walking through it, able to either get a punish with a throw, or just get in there and actually set up her offense. But you see a lot of players tend to try and neutral jump or just backdash away, don't even want to deal with it. She doesn't care. She realizes, if I can actually get in as Ken, you are in for a world of hurt, my friend, and everything is coming up in her favor.
And she's got the signature control of the corner here as well. It'll be so scary for Cereblast. Oh, actually got the better of that trade there on the fireball.
All right, there's the knockdown for Morty. Going for another mix up here. And finally, we see the EXDP come out. That's the first time it's hit, but that's when it matters most. Big life lead for her as Cereblast controls the corner. There's the activation for Morty.
And Morty doing a great job. Oh, goes to the mix up there, but Cereblast, great throw tech. And now Morty's just looking to get set up, try and just get some poison activation, but no, she's gonna get CA in the middle of this, and actually might kill depending on scaling. I think it's gonna be like at the last tick. That's my guess.
I think so. Fong does have low health. Yeah, Fong I think is like 9. I think it's like 950 or 925 or something. Nevertheless, she optimizes. She knows. She calculates. She's got her Texas Instruments out. She's doing the math. She's punching up the numbers. She knew. There was never a doubt in her mind. She takes that game. We're tied up 1 apiece.
Fantastic optimization there. And this is why I never go on with will it kill. I'm wrong every single time. Yeah. I think I've gotten it right once. And that's because that situation in the video happened to me.
All right, there is a big punish. Able to get the reset there. Standing back up. Oh, man. And Ken is looking bad. This is tough. I had to use that look forward. Yep. Stays in front that time. I wonder. That was not a very ambiguous mix-up. Oh, that back throw was so good.
Oh my God, Sarah's completely turned this around. She's not letting Morty out of the corner, and has so much control of the situation. Gets the counter. Oh, it's gonna be stun as well. How did she turn that around? Was 1 hit away from stun. Founder hit, carried him all the way to the corner. Did not let him V reversal even once, and takes that round.
man, she was absolutely like a bloodhound, and she was on the hunt. Like, Ceroblast, she never let up, never took her foot off the gas, and Mortsy just couldn't breathe. He was stuck. He was constricted from the get-go. Look at this, the back and forth, the back and forth. She's not able to actually slow this down, and Ceroblast can tell. She sniffs it in the water.
I know, it's fantastic play here so far. Oh, she does have access to Sierra as well, but yeah, one activation is going to be just huge here. They're going to lead into quite a lot here off of that.
I don't think that's quite dead. I don't
No way this kills. Okay. You never.
Our channel points are safe.
Our channel points are safe, chat. We did it.
But yeah, look at the way she's just chilling. Yep. Just gets to slowly throw out that crouch medium kick from safe range. Who cares? There's no V trigger. Only 1 bar a meter. And, you know, Fong is not a comeback character. If he makes a comeback, it's a rare occurrence, and that person earned their win. But, you know, when you are stuck in that opportunity, most of the time, it's like you made mistakes and the person outplayed you. It's not like they're robbing you. So Ceroblast recognized that. She knows. She's able to tighten up, not overextend, and ultimately get the lion's share of the damage there and close it out.
I know, it's such a dominating start here as well. Oh, doesn't quite convert those into more. Maybe could have got stunned if those situations went a little bit differently, but does have control of the corner and the life lead. Now Mortsy's trying to find his weapon there. There's that DP you were talking about.
Yep. Called it earlier. She finally feels a little more confident, recognizes that from that range she can absolutely punch. I think it's like 4 medium punch from Fong or something, but it's really negative. It has a very, very like far extended hurt box. If it didn't, that move would be broken.
True.
All right, look at this from Mortsy.
Now, Mortsy has been in this situation before, okay, but Ceroblast has usually not gifted him a DP punish on a silver platter, but we've seen this before. He needs to finish this out. He's had so much trouble finishing these rounds, and the stun does come out. Great play by Mortsy, great preemptive buttons to stop Ceroblast from getting that comeback. I gotta admit, every time Ceroblast is like a tick off of stun, I'm like, oh, she still got this, because it's just happened too much.
It's Ken. It's Ken. He is never out. All he needs is one back throw into the corner, and your life is flashing before your eyes. You're seeing Jesus. Alright, runs right through the poison there, but easily gets caught with that EX sleeves, and look at the stun. Mortsy racking up, able to get the stun here. Obviously not going to be able to kill. Will need one more interaction, but that poison is ticking away.
Oh, no, the DP!
This might be it.
This is such dire straits. We need to just let Mortsy get out of this offensive string. The back throw comes down, and Cero has had such good corner control throughout this matchup. Oh no, crush counter comes out. And this, it might actually be so bad for Mortsy here. He does have meter, he does have V-trigger, but Cero has the corner.
What is going on?
She puts him back in the corner. That was fantastic. Heads up play, missed the throw, no punish. And they're just whipping buttons back and forth. Oh, just gets on the block with that, but finally gets a hit, but it's not enough to quite kill. And the poison is ticking down, putting Mortsy within 1 hit range, but Ceroblast has control of the range here. Mortsy just trying to abuse, trying to get that hit, but Ceroblast is playing so confident, but he slicks in, get under that fireball, and Mortsy finishes the round.
That down jab reached so far. Mortsy believed. Here was my game plan, right? He was down on life, or I'm sorry, he had a little bit of life lead. Ceroblast was down on life, and it was enough that in a situation where Mortsy could have like gotten like maybe a couple more ticks of chip damage, he could have gone into the proper block string to chip her out. And in my head, I was like, do it. She's not going to build V-Gauge. She's not going to be able to get V-Reversal. Do that. But he immediately went for the EX Poison, right? And I was like, oh no, this might be it. She might catch him with EX Fireball. She might catch him with an EX DP or something. But he never swayed his confidence. He believed from the very beginning to the very end and got that round. And now we're tied up 2 games apiece going into the last game of this amazing winner's final set.
Oh, exactly. This is everything we wanted to be. It might be Mortsy finally overcoming his bracket demon, but I mean, he's still got 1 more game against the Shinigami herself, Ceroblast.
All right, they're finding the sweep activate off the first hit, able to get the knockdown there. Better Oki with the forward command dash. Okay, goes for a bait there, no such luck. And now she's gonna spend it all and then go for the Tatsu into the DP, and a back throw will kill. You have to be careful. I hate to do it to you. I'm too good at my job. I can see into the future. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mortsy. I wish I had ESP. So or not ESP, like
telekinesis.
Telepathy.
Yeah. Who gets the hit? I mean, hey, we got one guy over here predicting the future and one guy just cursing people religiously. I think we make a great team.
Yeah, we are a spiritual duo not to be messed with. Oh my god, there is the critical art for that huge chunk of damage. It's going to be a cool 55, yeah, about 55, 60%. There you get the, this back throw is huge for Morty. This is what he needs.
And Morty needs to control the corner. He gets the counter hit. He has access to meter. If he can firm this into more, can he finish off? Yes, Morty's done it. He's one round away. I have not highlighted enough people. Every time these two have played, Morty has lost 3-0. We are on the precipice of him overcoming his demon and getting into grand finals. This would be so unprecedented. I hate to be biased, but this would be such an upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there is no denying. If you ask anybody, even if they didn't know any of the players, if they just saw the match history, everybody and their brother would bet on Ceroblast to win this. But she has had her work cut out for her time and time and time again. She is getting pushed to the limit, and Morty is not going to give this to her easy. Right now, he's got his back to the wall here. There's a forward throw. This is not over yet. This is a tough spot to find yourself in against Ken, but he believes he is not out.
Oh, the throw comes down, and this is where Cero's so scared. He gets out, he gets his hit. Can Morty confirm this into more? Cero has all the meter in the world. Oh, he was waiting for the EXDP, but he didn't manage to get his punish on it. No, he's in activation. Ceroblast with a fantastic punish just dashes Morty's dream, fulfills the losing record, and is moving on to grand finals. What a beautiful punish.
Brutal. He had the right idea as she went to the other side with the EX Tatsu, but was just a little slow with the sweep. And Ceroblast able to punish that with the V-trigger conversion, and she moves on, securing her spot, adorning the crown, reminding everybody she is the queen, she is the favorite. You are all peasants trying to get up into her palace.
Oh, exactly. And speaking of
my
peasants,
heart, dude, my chest.
We need to make everyone not peasants here. So make sure, guys, to do !Matcherino in the chat. So our fine players here who are making us literally just have heart attacks live on the stage get paid. Thank you. Everyone has used their codes. You're all beautiful human beings. We're 2350. Now, if you guys are feeling really nice, you can donate more. But of course, there are more quests down the side if you want to do a little bit extra. You got to do like certain things with certain accounts here. But thank you all so much for getting those codes in. The winners of this thing will be getting some fantastic money for their prize. And not only that, they're qualifying for Canada Cup. So thank you all for making this special.
Well, did you do that on purpose? Did you do that? You said Canada Cup.
I said Canada Cup.
You did.
You see, I'm Canada brained. No, that was sheer autopilot, guys. Because I'm like, oh yeah, Capcom Cup. What's a tournament series that starts with C? Where am I from? Canada Cup? Yeah, that must be it. Of course. Canada. So actually, what it is you qualify for Canada next year. This isn't actually for Capcom Cup, guys. I set this up. Anyway, me being absolutely stupid aside, if you guys got a little bit extra time or some extra money to give, definitely get in on those matcherinos.
Yes,
but thank you for getting those codes in, so we can go to the Maple Syrup Cup, hold down at the Timmy's area, bud.
Yeah, they're renting out Timmy Hortons arena.
Timmy Hortons arena, eh?
Timmy Hortons arena for Canada Cup 2023. You heard it here first, folks. Let's get into it. Now, we are moving back on down to losers finals. Or no, I'm sorry. This is losers semis?
Losers semis, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. So, Loanator, who has been the kind of unsung hero throughout this entire bracket, we have been trying to, just paint the picture of just how impressive his runs have been. Nevertheless, there is just a certain British special agent in his way. He might have the ancient art of ninjutsu on his side, but is he going to actually be able to compete with the SAS, the British Special Forces, the Killer Bee? Can White Gun defend his honor and actually secure his spot in Losers Finals? Or is Loanator going to complete this training arc and show everybody that he has been working his ass off and he deserves this spot?
Of course, you guys can check out that drama on Netflix, on Canadian Netflix, where we call it Canada West Capcom Street Fighter V. Thank you for watching. I'd also like to remind everybody, this is actually a run back from our first round where Loanator took it 3-1 in kind of dominating fashion. So if White Gun is able to turn this around and kind of flip the script, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But we've seen how good Loanator is in the clutch here. He was on death's row. He got one more hit, but he was so close to getting the stun on that.
What a
but he doesn't care. He runs up, gets the stun, and Loanator turns it around again.
I did not think that forward throw was gonna stun, and I don't think White Gun did either. That did so much stun. Again, I talked about the plot armor is too thick. My man has God and anime on his side. You are not taking him down.
This man has watched the entirety of Bleach. He even watched the Bound arc, because that is how dedicated he is to get in here, and that is rewarded. You watch the Bound arc, you get stunned in your winner's semifinals, and you put yourself one interaction away from finishing this off, and he's got the setup. What kind of crime is he going for? But no, he gets DP'd out of it. Whitegun was like, no, the Bound arc was trash. We know it's all trash. He's turning this around. He's got the meter, and Whitegun is proving to him that he wasted his time. You don't watch the crappy Vampire arc, and you don't DP on Wake Up when your boy has CA.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. That's it. He's done. He's cooked. Stick a fork in him. Loanator bet it all on that EXDP. I can't exactly blame him, but man, was it a crucial mistake. Whitegun made him pay in the biggest fashion, and now his pockets are a little empty. He's got to try here to shore this up. Hopefully he can close out this first game. But we have seen Loanator come back from worse deficits.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's like done really well. Even just in like the last match we watched him, the amount of times it was like down to the wire and he was able to just run it back was ridiculous. But you are playing against Whitegun, the absolute master of just momentum.
Oh, that trade was absolutely in Loanator's favor. He gets the counter conversion here. There is the V-trigger. Yep, he doesn't need V-trigger. And something I have to mention here that I really think is deciding these matches is the damage output. Cammy does not, she's not known for doing much damage, and that nerf to her health really matters. Zeku always has hurt. Always. It's never been a question of him doling out enough damage. It just depends on his matchup, depends on, you know, the player. He's a very technical character, but Loanator has done the homework. He has put in the hours, and with that damage on his side, we are seeing Whitegun start to crack and fall to pieces.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I could not have put it better myself. And actually, Loanator just great punish on the dive kick there. Man, I just said the animals are actually just fun to see against Cammy as well. Can kind of deny a lot of her aerial approaches, and Loanator's doing a great job of that. But actually, we're seeing this very active defense from Whitegun. But no, as I'm talking about it, Loanator, he's just, I don't know how he's finding these opportunities. He's doing such a great job of interrupting Whitegun. He's finding comeback opportunities. But of course, my caster curse is too strong. Whitegun finds his opportunity, puts him in the corner. And it's seriously, I should weaponize this.
Oh my god, the way he's stealing these turns with these dashes. And he actually gets a punish too.
Oh, what a confirm. Gorgeous.
He missed his meaty. He missed his meaty. That was potentially, honestly, if he had actually timed that meaty correctly, he wins. Because that was going to be a counter hit conversion. That was going to be death for Loanator. Okay, they're able to get the pick up there with the new buff she got in Season 4, and we see Whitegun in the driver's seat. With his back to the wall is Loanator, but he's been in this spot before. That was a good chunk of damage.
Oh, the cross up. Yeah, Whitegun, he's coming. He's trying to go for the robbery here. Has access to all the meter in the world as well. Oh, we're looking at one more hit off of stun here. Can he finish it off? No, he messes up on his hit confirm. The slide comes down. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. He didn't punish it how he needs. The Loanator. Oh my god, can he get this robbery? He turns him into the corner. He's got so much meter. One more stun. Oh, he counter hits him. He's getting the stun. I don't think he's quite getting able to kill off of this, but we are one more interaction away. Now, Whitegun does have meter. He can risk it all on the EXDP if he wants, but the setup. Oh, he just does regular. Oh, no. Why'd you throw it? Why'd you throw it?
Dude, he's dead!
The punish.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Please! Oh my god! The break! Please, just one of you win this match. He just CAs. He just does. It hits. It hits. Why does it hit? Oh my god!
I can't take this, dude. I'm gonna have to see the cardiologist tomorrow. I'm 31 years old and I'm gonna have heart problems after this.
Bro, I'm 23 and I swear to God, I already had like 6 heart conditions because of this. Please stop.
Okay, in the back throw, Loanator here is trying to fight himself out of the corner. EXDP, get your hands off me. I told you once, I told you twice. How many times are you gonna have to learn this lesson? Oh, he eats a jump-in medium punch for his trouble. Good chunk of damage here, and now Whitegun sitting pretty. Oh no, he drops that. Uh-oh.
He learned from it. He did get his punish this time. That was a crucial drop he had in the last one. He didn't punish the spiral arrow correctly. The Whitegun. Oh no.
He's not believing in his meaties. Look at this. He's gonna take the light speed back here. Don't spend EX. He actually tries to go for the Oh, but he's not dead yet. He's not out of it.
Oh, he got the hit. I can't believe that hit. I can't believe that hit. And that's Loanator going up to a 2-0 lead. Bro, please.
I gotta tell you, there is no shot. I guarantee if we were to take a peek into Whitegun's brain, and as he's processing this, as he's perceiving this match going on, he did not expect that Bushin move. I know I didn't. You know, as commentators, as players, we tend to have this kind of foresight into, okay, this is what would make sense. I've played this character enough. I've, you know, seen enough matches where this plays out. This is probably what will happen. He did not think that Bushin flip was going to come. That's why I think he was a little bit late on the light DP, and that's why he got caught. Just like that, Loanator is up 2-0, potentially going to 3-0 Whitegun, and punch his ticket for losers finals and try and get his win over Morty, hoping for the run. What a set this has been.
Oh, definitely. The throw is coming out here, and
oh damn, what a
I really enjoyed like White Gun's anti-air game though. I mean, he did mess up on that flip earlier, but he's done a great job of just denying the air approach from Lowinator. The Lowinator, he just doesn't care. He's like, oh, it's your turn? No, it's my turn.
He's not dead.
Oh,
he counter hit him. He thought the throw was coming. He thought he reacted a little bit late. He thought the throw was coming. Excuse me. Lowinator, 1 round away from 3-0ing White Gun and moving on to losers finals.
What stunning fashion.
Out of his mind. Yeah.
Like what stunning fashion too, because it was 3-1. This is literally him just like completely being like, no, I have this downloaded. I know exactly what I'm doing. And again, this is the comeback story. Like he started, he didn't even make the first event. He was low down in top 8 early on. White Gun was up there, just feasting in top 8 the whole time. And then in the last event, Lowinator knocked White Gun out, so he didn't even make top 8. And now he's looking to double jeopardy him out of the tournament. But of course, seriously, just pay me, guys. I will talk about your opponent during your match.
There we go. That's the tech. This is, honestly, this is your $1 million. We need to go on Shark Tank. Call Mark Cuban, get him on the horn. This is how you become a millionaire. Because you have been on point just ruining everybody's day.
It's the monologue curse. It's the monologue curse.
Yes. No hit
but White Gun.
Stand heavy punch.
Oh yeah, White Gun has all the meter in the world here too, so I mean this is a little bit dire for Lowinator, but if White Gun can get the hit, he just spits it.
You know what? Fair enough.
I respect it.
Honestly though, this is not a bad draw for Lowinator. He wasted all of his meter. He's gonna go for a V-trigger activation here in a second. Yep, it was either gonna be raw or off of Crouch Fierce. But he can't. Dude, look at all that damage. He's still got V-trigger ready, locked. Oh, he's not dead though. He doesn't have a way to follow up.
One more time.
The stand light will do it though.
I think it's actually key too, because you're highlighting White Gun was not believing in his meaties. He was messing up the timing. He wasn't committing to him, and he finally went for it, and he actually gets rewarded there. He's able to get himself on the board, and I think it's just kind of a cool little poetic story for that to come to fruition. But he's still got such a mountain to climb here. He's down 2-1. He's managed to get us into a similar situation we saw in our first match of the night. But man, it's still like Lowinator kind of dominating a lot of these rounds, and it's White Gun just managing to kind of steal a lot of these back, use great momentum swings, and kind of punish mistakes that Lowinator makes.
Right. Oh no, he did not expect to get the cross up. That was a really weird interaction. Tried to go for the light horizontal there, gets the uppercut. White Gun shutting down that air approach, not letting him jump. Oh, but he runs into the slide. Ooh. There's the back throw, an SPD's worth of damage, and he gets caught out of the air, wasting a meter in the thick of it.
Okay, get the hit. Oh man, Lowinator, he's so willing to press in these situations. You're like, okay, White Gun has control. But no, Lowinator, he's finding his opportunities to get in there. He gets his hits. But speaking of hits, there's a cross up here from White Gun. Not going to quite kill off this, but one more interaction is all he needs. But speaking of interactions, Lowinator does not care. He's dead. This confidence is being rewarded. No, okay, not quite. Please don't jinx it. Oh,
on the dash up, he took his turn back. So many people in that situation after a tech, in that mutual distance where you are put back, maybe 3 in-game feet, slightly character's width away, most people will press a button. But Lowinator dashed up, took his turn back, and caught White Gun off guard. But man, you can tell White Gun is pissed. He's been playing pissed this whole match. You can tell he is flustered, he is aggravated, and I have to imagine Lowinator's taking advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely, because a lot of the things that Lowinator's getting is he's punishing White Gun's like either overeagerness or like he's kind of waiting. But he's like, okay, I think he's gonna press here, but Lowinator, he's pressing on White Gun's turn so often, and I think that's part of what's flustering him. It's pushing him to do riskier and riskier things where Lowinator can find the gap, he can find his opportunity. And speaking of that, he does have control of the corner here, but White Gun is slowly finding his way, gets the confirm, and White Gun has tied it up here and is looking to stay alive.
It's really interesting to see nobody today has really had an answer for V-trigger dive pick. Whether it's been V-shift or NEX reversal, nobody has done anything about it. But interestingly enough, they're understanding that is a game plan. Look at this damage stun knocking at the door. It's not quite there yet. He goes for the reset, had to throw tech. He dashes right back in. There, he runs into the crouching heavy punch. The White Gun fighting for his life, getting a good chunk of damage here, and now stun is knocking at the door. Lowinator, the back. Oh man, this is just, I can't even keep up.
Oh, it's just too much action back.
He was he's dead. Oh no, he dropped it. That was it.
Please, not another mispunish being the absolute death sentence here. White Gun, he's been given an act of God. He's still in this game, but no God respects him. Lowinator does not care. He does not respect that it's your turn. Dude. He gets that crouching light punch confirm, and he sent White Gun out. He's reaffirmed that he has learned the matchup, and he is good to go, and he's moving on to losers finals against Mortsy.
I do not know that I have ever seen so many wake-up jabs work in my life. And you know what? Somebody in the chat says Mad Scrubby gameplay. Hold that. Are you fighting for Capcom Cup? Are you in this position? I don't think so. I don't think so. Loanator on the verge of getting his run back against Ceroblast, going up against Mortzy. He has secured his spot. He is proving that he deserves to be here. Wake up. Here's the thing, man. How do you beat wake up mashing? You time your meaties correctly. That's all I gotta say. That's how you beat it. It's a very easy formula. That's not very hard to do in Street Fighter V. This game's +2, -2 the game. So more than anything, this is Loanator instilling his will, making White Gun not able to like believe in his offense. He's getting shaken. And Loanator recognized it, and he won that 3-1 convincingly.
Definitely. No, just fantastic play, and he's done it twice now. That is the key thing. He has beaten White Gun 3-1 twice. He actually came up, and as I was kind of talking about, he's competing for his spot earlier on as well. And I think it's just like that reaffirmation that he's got it. But yeah. Now it's probably his second biggest challenge so far. Obviously, Ceroblast has been the ultimate kind of queen, holding everything down.
Sure.
But he has got to overcome Mortzy. And actually, what is impressive is the one time that he did manage to win this, he won grand finals against Mortzy coming out of losers in 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, it was kind of convincing. It was like, I don't think Mortzy was prepared. Okay, but right now it seems that maybe he's done his homework. But we do have to see. Oh my gosh, what an answer! What an answer! And then he gets clipped with the counter hit. Loanator is going to fall here this round. Mortzy taking the first one.
I think it's definitely going to be down to Loanator to kind of step off the brakes a bit. Because when you're playing against someone like White Gun, that's when you want to pull that just aggressive style. Yeah, maybe we call it a little bit scrubby mashing, but the thing is it was working fundamentally because of how White Gun was playing. But he does need to swap it up here, maybe go like still on the offense here, but realize that Mortzy's going to play a little bit more defensive, a little bit more space control, and he will have to pilot around that, where White Gun was coming to him.
Exactly. Yeah, Mortzy is just it's going to be a much different approach against Fawn. And look at the corner control. He's willing to just, abuse that stand medium kick. And man, that's going to be it. Another round for Mortzy. Takes the first game pretty quick. Loanator is going to have to, tighten things up. He can't rely on tricks. He's going to have to believe in his neutral. He's going to have to believe in his defense. He can't overextend.
No, definitely could not have put it better myself. And he just, because Mortzy, and particularly tonight, he's just done such a fantastic job of controlling space. His neutral button, just dominance, has been beating everyone. Even like when he did go down to Ceroblast there, honestly, he was winning a lot of the neutral interactions when it came down to just neutral button ranges. It was Ceroblast getting on great reads, great interactions, and different things like that. But Mortzy was fundamentally kind of just winning the button game, as stupid as that sounds.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's got to stop pressing. It is literally getting him killed. I don't think he'll... Oh, no, he actually messed up the punish. Still in a great spot, obviously, as Mortzy, but he does have a situation left. And the crouch medium, or the stand medium kick, actually, able to seal it there. Mortzy with another run on the board. Potentially going to go up 2-0 quick.
Oh, definitely looking pretty strong here. Because, he's kind of slowed it down. I was about to say he kind of slowed it down a bit, but then he does go for the dash in neutral here. But I think that was actually trying to call it a button here. So he is slowly making the adaptations here, but he's got to realize that Mortzy he's playing defensive. He's keeping him out, and the style that Loanator is using to approach this is just not going to work.
All right, he stays in front that time, goes for a little mix-up, and now you see Loanator just trying to find something, using that crouching medium pump, fishing, hoping that something lands and he can actually get his offense. There's the back throw. Got a chance, but Mortzy shuts it down quick. Mortzy is hungry for that run back, hungry to prove that he can beat Ceroblast. But man, it's gonna be a tough order for Loanator to try and get his chance. Mortzy is playing so well right now.
No, definitely. I do love the story of the two who we have left here. Like, they're both trying to get back to fight against their final boss, Ceroblast, in much of these cases. Because, both of them have just been completely shut out by them. Loanator was the only one to draw blood, and Mortzy has just been continually just shut out by her. But he is playing fantastically today. And I mean, if you guys saw that winners finals, Mortzy's able to get back up there. I think we're in for one hell of a show. But Loanator is not out of it yet, and he still might be able to get this comeback, because we've seen what this guy can do in the clutch moments, like right here. No, he doesn't quite get the confirm I think he wanted on that, but you see he's able to find his hit.
All right, that's honestly, it's not terrible if he backs off. Not able to get anything after that 3-piece. A little bit of damage. Okay, but the conversion for Morty. Now again, he's in this corner position. Immediately technically recognizing he wanted to try and get the back throw to seal his perspective. This is tough. You're gonna see the instant overhead. Okay. Gotta go for, nope, no V-trigger. Oh, oh no. Oh no. That counter hit could have been it. I don't know if there was mistiming or what it was. He banks it all on the EX overhead. And just like that, Mortsy running out of rope. Things are looking dire.
I actually like to quickly highlight a legacy adaptation as well. When Lonator was in the corner there, and the last time these two played, he was able to escape from the corner almost every time with a wall jump or charges out with the shoulders. Mortsy adapted there. He found ways to shut it down, and it seems he still learned from that opportunity. So it's fantastic to see that adaptation stayed. But for the new Lonator is doing a much better job in neutral here, but Mortsy is taking it back, and he's sitting at that range where his buttons are so comfortable, but things are working out for Lonator. He's getting throws. He's finally finding interrupts. But it's just kind of like been back and forth here. No player's been able to get like a solid grasp of the game, and what could potentially be our final round here.
Oh, he dashed forward to try and steal a turn, and man, these stand medium kicks are just a nightmare for him to deal with. It's racking up so much gray damage. It's controlling. He should be able to kill.
He's got CA. He can spend it if he wants. Probably doesn't need it to kill here.
Yep, just follow up with EX. That will do it. Okay. Literally the first round of the set for Lonator. Is this the wind in his sails so that he can finally right the ship and actually try and bring himself back up on land?
Oh, nice throw! Completely avoids the poison balls by doing that as well. Great adaptation there. You can see he's kind of playing back a bit more. He's playing to the strengths of old Zeku. Of course, as I said, he kind of dashes in, but he does manage to get his hit as well in the conversion into young Zeku as well. He's doing a great job just blocking. I think he's finally slowed himself down. He still is going for a lot of preemptive crouching medium punch there, but he isn't just kind of like YOLOing as much as he was before, to be
Hey, that was a good chunk of damage. He said that is super plus. You got to deal with that. Okay, didn't believe that could have been confirmed into EX slide, but he's still in such a good spot, and that is going to do it. A game, a chance at life, a breath of fresh air. Lonator speaks it into existence. I can do this.
I know, just great confirms there. And actually just so much of it was all confidence as well. He was reading when Mortsy was setting out those buttons, setting out the fireballs, and he was able to just, a lot of times where I was like, oh, he's kind of playing neutral, he's kind of playing back now, but he would dash in and he was finding it. Or before, it was a lot of just, he wasn't really doing it based on Mortsy's timing, he was just doing it. So he was getting blocked, he was getting punished. So yeah, he was just getting kind of destroyed almost by his own mistakes and Mortsy controlling neutral. But here you see he's kind of playing around Mortsy's timing finally, and it is beautiful to see.
Yeah, here's the thing. Even if it is only a game, this is the worst possible situation for Mortsy. For him to just, like, for Lonator to feel a little more confident, a little more comfortable, and get something on his side, it's so easy for this to go south if you're Mortsy, especially as Fong. Like, Fong is a character that can get run over.
Oh, definitely. Oh, nice block there. Oh, Mortsy with the side switch, turns it around again, and man, so tricky. He gets his conversions there, yeah, keeps it safe.
No, that could have been confirmed to V-trigger too. Wasn't there though. Ooh. Okay, this is not looking good. Another throw will do it because of the poison.
And it's all coming down to what kind of dictated the last match is, can Mortsy hold down the corner against Low? No, he can't. He's got the back throw in there, but Mortsy's actually back to, I think, what is more comfortable position. Doesn't get a punish
that
on the
side.
side.
Was so good.
Oh my god, he's switched the situation around.
He hit him.
Lonator. He's got to completely steal this back. Mortsy's just playing solid. And Lonator, he needs to get his hit. He needs to land something, but it's not going to happen. Mortsy dashes his dreams. Now, Lonator is still in this, but you see how patient Mortsy is being.
He's clearly understood how it was that Lonator was able to get that last game, and he's adjusting accordingly. You know, he's making his block strings a little safer. You know, not giving as many gaps. He's not running into as many buttons in neutral. And he's really just changed his approach. Look at this. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, he can't kill. He can't kill.
Yeah.
But this
do
is
a bit more.
A great spot for. There we go.
Oh, he finishes it off. Mortsy, the fantastic gameplay. He shuts down the momentum machine that is Lonator. Only gave him one grasp of fresh air before just poisoning him down again. And he secured his run back against Ceroblast up in winners. Grand finals, which you guys saw. That was a 3-2 game that literally came down to the wire. I'm so excited for this run back. but also huge shout out to Loadator for getting third here. This man literally went through a training arc. He like came in, didn't even come in the first one, got ninth, had a pretty shaky second one, but then got third, and then finally got his first place finish. And he actually just proved it against even White Gun too, who was a person he kind of struggled with and was kind of competing with in the ranking too, and he just double jeopardied him out of the bracket. Fantastic run today.
Yeah, you said it best. You know, we really can't do anything other than give him his flowers. He earned his spot. He played incredibly well. This was a very hard bracket, and he showed that he is able to go toe-to-toe with some of these titans. Now, we are finally ready. It's last call. The final song of the night is playing, and this dance will be between Mortzy versus Sero. Now, Sero earlier convincingly punched her ticket all the way up to winners finals. Now, winners finals was different. Winners finals was very close, but everybody else she fought, it was like pretty free. You know, maybe took her a little bit against Muck, but she still won that match 3-1. Then after that, beat Loanator 3-0. But Mortzy was the one that actually put up the best fight. It was a crazy set right down to the very wire. You called it earlier. And Mortzy has, you know, some momentum on his side, but more importantly, I have to imagine there is adrenaline behind him. He knew, you know, I'm sure he paid attention. That last match, the last match that happened last month, rather, between these two, that was like, that had to have been a wake-up call, right? That he, like, Loanator, or maybe it was 2 months ago, I can't remember. But nevertheless, when they fought last, Loanator beat him from loser's side, 3-1. And it's like, you know, I gotta clean some things up because something's not working. And it's been shown tonight. He has that on deck. He's made adjustments against Ceroblast. He's made adjustments against Loanator. And now he has a chance for redemption. Do you think he can make it?
It is a hard save. Now, obviously, I do have to give the edge to Ceroblast. There's a reason that she just would show up and honestly dumpster everyone. Most wins out of everyone here. And the only time she got lower rankings is when she would honestly just DQ out of top 8 because she had some personal stuff she had to deal with. But with that winner's final, it actually gives me hope. Now, he's got a mountain. He's got to come out of losers. He's got to win 3 times. But this, I think, is the first time I've seen Sero this vulnerable. Because that match against Muck was almost a catalyst of it. Because that is usually a stomp. Like, seriously, it's just a stomp. But that was a close match. I mean, she did take it convincingly in the end, and then she was able to get through Loanator pretty easily. But and then her match against Mortzy was, I think, the closest I've seen. Because even if they're local, which is Okazeme, they're monthly rather, it's usually Ceroblast taking as well when she does come out. So I think if he's going to win, this is his time. Yeah. This is like one of the last like big events you're going to see for Street Fighter V, because obviously Street Fighter 6 is on the horizon. I think there will still be support, but honestly, if there's a bigger stage to set, it's here. Because Ceroblast didn't go out to any majors as well. She said in her first interview that this is how she wanted to qualify for a Capcom Cup. If Mortzy's able to dash that, not only would that be a huge upset, that would almost place him at the top of the Canada West leaderboard, which he's been trailing for so long.
Yeah, this is a key matchup. This is the one that we have been waiting for. Mortzy versus Ceroblast, winner versus loser. Who is going to get their chance to shine with the best in the world in February? And right now, Ceroblast is making a convincing argument that it is her.
I know she is punching that ticket. Having to wait for a while seems to have no effect on her. She's come back with absolutely destructive oppression just on the offense here, and I think this is actually good, because what we saw earlier is Mortzy's way to victory is he was keeping her out with buttons. He was holding down the neutral. He was able to deny her. By Ceroblast being so proactive here, she has set it up so Mortzy can't play those ranges he wants. Her aggression unfortunately does become kind of a problem here, where she's now giving the corner back to back to Mortzy. But I do think this approach she's taking is very good.
Oh no!
And oh no, that is huge. Oh, he could have stunned there. I think if he just did a different combo off of that. But he might be able to finish it off here. The poison's ticking down. Looking at one more instant overhead.
Okay, man, that honestly, there could have been just the right conversion for Ceroblast could have spelled disaster for Mortzy, but he's able to close it out there with the instant overhead. And now we start out this neutral game of the third round. The back throw immediately putting Mortzy into the corner, getting out with the EX sleeves, and there a mix-up of his own back throw, and now he's got control. Oh my god! I thought he was going to be able to pick that up. That would have been such a sick combo. That would have been a death combo.
Oh, definitely, but now Sarah's taking back control of the corner, and she's done.
Oh, that was messed up.
That was gross. That was disgusting. I thought there was no way that was going to hit like that.
Right?
But, see, activates there, has access to a little bit of meter here, but Sarah is honestly in the driver's seat now, but she off-suspended, gets the crush counter here, and actually, I think... Actually, she has feature. She has feature.
Should be able to kill, I think. Maybe? Actually, no, this is going to scale a lot. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that did no damage at the end. Still in a
man,
great
gets the
spot.
hit there. Does manage to finish it off. But I think if she hadn't have spent it on the EX Fireball there, I think that first crush counter conversion, she could have just went straight to CA and killed.
I don't think she would have built meter. I don't think she would have built enough meter.
Oh no, she had 3 meter going in. So she used EX Fireball neutral, and then she went in and got a crush counter. Now, because I don't really think she needed it to approach, because Morty was kind of in the situation where he just whipped the move.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, that's mostly nitpicking there, but she does manage to finish it off in the end there. But honestly, when it comes to a player like Sarah Blast, I think looking at those optimizations could be interesting, because she is usually so efficient about how she uses her meter.
Fishing with that crouching medium punch, trying to just stave off the approaches, stuff some of the slower buttons from Fong. You know, it's something like, he's got such long range, but his buttons typically do have relatively long startup, so you have to find your best poke, best active poke. Oh, that's a big punish. Good, yes. Yeah. Using the stand light kick to guarantee it to start things off there. And now she does have V-trigger locked and loaded, so potentially, if something is thrown from the wrong range or she finds the right hit, it is going to be a big activation.
Speaking of the best hit right there, V-shift to try to get out. Nice anti-air here, but no! Wow. He doesn't respect it on the bottom there. Finishes it off, and Sero. Oh no! The DP. Oh, it doesn't matter because he didn't recover in time. No! Jump over, and Sero absolutely stole that. What a great jump over at the end there to secure that. And Morty, this is the problem he's having. Now, I know this is a problem with Fang because of his damage output, but he's not able to finish these rounds. The amount that Sero Blast is able to come back is insane.
Oh, she tried. Yeah, no, that's something she was showing earlier in their set, right? Like, she was just dashing through the V-skill poison, just not respecting it, like not being afraid. But that time, Morty was able to change things up a little bit and actually had gone for the down jab immediately to stop her approach. And now look at this. He's slowly getting the life lead back, forcing her to V-reversal here. So she's not going to get V-trigger until much later in the round.
Oh, that is for sure. And Morty does get the hit there, but nice DP from Sarah Blast to turn this around. And the poison is ticking down, kind of actually giving Morty a more of a fighting chance in the life than it looks. But he does need to get this hit here. He needs to finish it off here. No, doesn't get more. Oh no! That would have been such a sick punish, but great recovery there from Morty to be able to finish off that round. But man, she'd hit that. That would have been disgusting.
It's something important to note in this matchup. Now, most characters, when they have projectiles, their hurt box extends pretty farther out. Pretty farther out.
Oh, you're sounding more Canadian by the day, eh?
pretty far out compared to other characters. But Fong is one of those characters. His V skill, there is no hurt box there. There's nothing to get sucked in. The Hoover will not work. It's getting unplugged, and we saw that punish there from him. And Mort's able to get around. Now, hopefully, he can tie things up here and actually get us a game on the board for each of them.
I know he's looking good, but we've seen this situation before. Unfortunately, Sarah Blast back in the corner with the pull. Oh my god, she bets it all on the DP. Yeah. Gonna get a massive punish, and we've seen what this momentum can look like. She gets the hits, and Morty, he needs to stand tall, but no, he's just eating all these stray hits, and we are looking at potentially one interaction away from stun. I think she's probably just gonna do our run-up throw to finish it off. There it is, gets the stun, and Sarah has taken it from the depths of that round. Morty just having so much problem finishing these, and Sarah Blast takes a confident 2-0 run, but she's already in the winner's bracket.
You know what I really appreciate there, and this, somebody maybe could interpret this as like BM, like bad manners, but to close the distance there in the quickest fashion, she actually used EX Tatsu so that she could get to the other side of the screen where he was quickest. That way she didn't have to dash. This is like a weird, a little weird. It might look weird, but I guarantee that's what it was. And I respect that decision from her. Because you actually saw Morty almost mashed out. Oh no. The heavy DP drop. They tried to fix that. And that wasn't heavy honestly, DP that second time.
She can afford to have no fear here. She's up huge. She's up 2 entire games in the winner's bracket of all things. So if you're going to make those big reads to try and finish it off here, this is the time. And we've seen it. Morty, he gets the corner. He looks like he's in control, but Cero finds these key DPs, goes into V-trigger, and just the amount of damage he's able to output there is it just turns the whole situation around. The life is even now when Morty had control for so long.
Okay, she's sitting pretty. She's absolutely has her feet up, is relaxing, maxing, acting all cool, and is Morty going to be able to actually thwart this? He's down on life, he's got V-trigger ready, but will it actually matter? No activation there, waiting for the right time, okay. And blocks the switch, I'm going to be able to get this win. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. I've seen this movie too many times. No, it's not. The movie is on repeat. It's Sarah Blast being Literally, Magic Pixel finishes it off, and what a heartbreaker. Mortzy, not only is he going to come back 3-0, he has to win 2 rounds in a row here when he hasn't even able to really get on the board.
Okay. Mortzy, I apologize. Please don't go back and watch the VODs. I didn't say you were going to win that round. He has his back to the wall here, trying to fight his way out of the corner, but Sarah's been pretty content to just walk back and forth, use that crouching medium kick, use the fireball. Gets a big stun here. Obviously not going to be able to kill, but sets up for a great position. Forward throw or back throw will kill. Blocks it out this time. That is actually the first EXDP that he has blocked. He hasn't blocked a single one this entire set.
Yep. No, that was the first time we have watched that movie and the plot has changed. We are no longer on the Groundhog Day timeline, and it may be time for Mortzy to do this. But as we've learned, my caster curse is personified. So I'm going to say Ceroblast is going to finish us off in dominating fashion, finish off the round easily. Going to get out with the DP here, but no, I'm just kidding.
Look at this. Look at
Wait,
this.
it was working. Why was it working?
Dead ass, it was working. Why was it? Okay, finally. Runs into
Finally,
the DP.
there's the DP.
V trigger activation. What's the Oki going to be? The delay jab into the back. You are back into the corner.
out.
And EX, I love that. Just get out of there.
Yeah, great anti-air for there, but you can see Ceroblast is seizing up. She's looking for her hit. Honestly, it feels like the corner should be a comfortable place, but Mortzy has found no success there. It's been all Cero. We're looking at one more interaction. Cero with all the meter in the world, looking to finish this off, and Mortzy needs 2 more because Fang, his damage is so low. Oh, what a conversion. Absolutely gorgeous. No, it definitely does not kill, but as you see, we are down to 1. But I hate to see it, but I've seen this episode before. Please change it up, but no, such a risky jump in. And you've seen it here, ladies and gentlemen. Ceroblast takes it 3-0 over Mortzy in grand finals, completely changes the script from what we've seen in winter finals, and clips her way into Capcom Cup.
I have to say, I am truly impressed with the way that she changed things up. You could tell that game in winners finals was pretty shaky. She was maybe a bit of nerves. I don't know. We'll have to ask her. We're going to do an interview here in a second. But she really just turned it on in the biggest way possible. And Mortzy, I don't know if there were nerves on his part or if there were just some things that he wasn't able to adjust to, but Sarah was able to, there was so much momentum behind her. She was able to take risks in these certain situations where it was in her favor, win or lose. She didn't have much to really gamble. And again, as a character, Fong just really falls in that comparison. There's so much damage, so much pressure in the way of Ken, and he just really struggles to keep up. And on top of that, we saw just a lack of fear of the poison, a lack of fear, for block DPs, whatever it might be. She still was able to just go in time and time and time again and make that offense count when it mattered most. Congratulations to her.
Oh, fantastically played. And I think one thing I want to highlight too is just the corner. That fundamentally should be a place where Mortzy is able to lock someone down, play that Fang gameplay, and even potentially go for some mix-ups. But that V-Trigger 2 choice from Sarah was so huge because she would find the XTP. As you said, I think he blocked maybe 1 or 2 that whole time, and she was able to get huge damage and just get out of there. It's just fantastic. But without further ado, we are quickly setting up for our interview. We will have Ceroblast in here to get some information, gets a little bit more insight into it. And I am excited to see. But while we are waiting, I can tell you guys the final results, which I think would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can of course see them online, but I'm going to go over our top 3 because I think it's really interesting. We got Ceroblast and Mortzy, probably the most expected thing of this bracket. They held down first and second the entire run through, but then the glory story Loanator didn't even show up at the first event, got 9th, and just went through this massive training arc, and it comes to fruition here where he's able to get 3rd, and he even got it over White Gun, who has consistently made top 8. I cannot stress this enough. Our early things would be top 3, top 4 was Sarah, Mortzy, White Gun almost every single time. But he came in here, Super Friends who came up in 5th, came and just kind of jostled up the bracket a lot. And those 2 players they just punched so high above their weight and just made it so much more interesting because admittedly I looked at the board and I love everyone here, but it was gonna be it's the Mortzy and Ceroblast show, and then White Gun kind of came in to finish it off. But instead, we got such a beautiful finish from the 3rd position to the 8th position in Canada West. And I'm super excited to see how everyone kind of improves with time.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think for a lot of players, this opportunity with the World Warrior event really gives them the chance to prove to themselves and prove to the rest of the world that like they should be taken seriously. They aren't just pushovers. They aren't just people to just be considered pop monsters, whatever it is. And we are in fact joined here by Ceroblast. Congratulations on your huge win. You have qualified for Capcom Cup 2023 in February. How do you feel?
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. I feel great. I feel pretty confident in qualifying for Capcom Cup. It's gonna be my first one, so I'm pretty excited. So there's that. But yeah, so far, I like my gameplay so far. So hopefully I can keep training and get prepared for Capcom Cup.
Yeah, I think you have reason to feel confident, right? Going into this last top 8, you were the #1 seed, and that even includes not entering the last 2 tournaments. So for you to feel confident in your game plan, I think is reasonable. You've shown over the last several years that you are arguably, maybe not even arguably, the strongest player in the western part of Canada. Whether it's offline or online, you have been proving yourself time and time again. Now, I'm curious to think, with Capcom Cup in your sights now, you are qualified, you've got your ticket punched. This is going to be a bigger stage, right? Like you're going to be fighting people from all over the world. What is your preparation like lab work? Because it's not just players that you might fight at a local or a regional event that's like close to you. It's people that are all over the world. They're going to be preparing for you. You're going to be preparing for them. What will your procedure be like? I'm curious.
I don't have an actual procedure. I think it's just me going to be playing more and more and just work on what I need to work on as for my weaknesses. But overall, I just need to keep playing the game and just lab matchups that I'm not comfortable with. And then I think going forward, I should be able to do pretty well in Capcom Cup.
Yeah, that's impressive to hear. I'm sorry, go ahead, John. I've been taking all the time here.
Okay. Actually, I'm a bit curious. What kind of matchups do you feel probably the least comfortable in? Because obviously we've seen just like honestly sheer domination of all the ones here. But are there any you like maybe have encountered or probably the most worried about for Capcom Cup?
Well, I've had a lot of trouble with Luke, so I definitely need to everyone needs to practice against Luke. So there's that. There's a lot of Dalsum, so Dalsum is probably another uncomfortable matchup I need to really get the use and hang of. And then I think Poison, it would be another one. And then the rest of the other cast, I shouldn't have a problem with, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do have another question. Out of everybody who is qualified thus far, I don't know if you've paid super close attention to everybody who is actually qualified. I'm curious, who would you say are like the top 3 players you want to fight? Because I'm assuming, again, you didn't travel to any majors this year. Are there people that are going that you want to, you've never had the chance to fight before that you want to fight? I'm curious.
Well, I want to play against Tokido because I've never fought against Tokido. So it'll be pretty interesting and pretty fun to fight him. And then maybe Daigo wants his run back, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I love Canada Cup.
And then one more person. I don't know. I can't think of another one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So I think maybe one more thing to say here before we let you go. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Without delving a little too deep, I think it's safe to say that you qualifying for Capcom Cup this year and having your return to events is something of a Cinderella story. I think there's a lot to be said here about redemption and proving yourself and doing right by yourself and the community. And I think this is a really great way for you to feel confident in yourself as a person. How do you feel like this win for you after the past, let's say, year and a half, 2 years, is this really personal for you? And if so, would you mind speaking about that a little bit? You don't have to, but I'm just curious.
I would consider it as a redemption arc, I guess. I do want to I don't want to really go into the past, but if
Sure.
I meet at everyone at the events at Capcom Cup, I do want to personally apologize to everyone I've hurt in a specific community. So I will be doing that if I do go to Capcom
Sure.
Cup. Regarding just Street Fighter V in general, I just want to finish off with a good year, and then hopefully we can play Street Fighter 6.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got a very bright future ahead of us, and you sealing the deal here and proving to everybody you are again the most dominant, consistent player here for Canada West is a beautiful thing. I don't know that anybody else would have been a better representative for Canada West. I know I'm very excited for you, very happy for you. I'm sure John the Batman Hat feels the same way. Do you have anything else you want to add, John?
No, I think you covered everything pretty good. I mean, obviously, if we want our best foot forward, it is Ceroblast, and I think it almost always has been. So I'm very excited to see what you can do at Capcom Cup, because I think this year is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And the fact we're getting Canadian representation,
Finally offline too.
it makes
I
me
know.
so excited. So
We're
damn
gonna
excited.
are we playing on console or PC?
I don't think they have confirmed yet. That is like the big question, right? Who will find out? I guess. Fingers crossed. I would like to think, with Street Fighter League being on PC, you'd think we'd get the hookup, but I suppose we will find out in a second. That being said, that will be it from us. Again, thank you so much, Sarah Bless, for your time, and more importantly, congratulations again. You are the winner. You just get to chill. You have your everything paid for. You're gonna go in February, have the best time. You're gonna watch the bloodbath of the LCQ. You don't have to deal with it. So I'm very excited for you. Congratulations again, and have a great rest of your night. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
All right,
Okay,
have a good one,
bye.
everybody.